Site or whatever, but you're on big screen on stream. Do you want to say hello to everybody? Been late. I've been cooking dinner.
Hello, everybody. I've only got a little camera.
What's happening with fucking thing there? That's weird.
Scarlett and Legion. Scarlett and.
Right.
I need a haircut, man.
How's it going, guys? Just been a bit late getting on. I've just got to dish up some pudding for the folks, and then we'll kick straight off. This is Chris. Chris is here now. Back in a second.
Yeah. Doing his hair, doing his makeup. Oh, shit. Hope everybody is well. I don't know what the latest gossip is on the old... Let's have a look. As you can see, I'm the talkative one. Bloody hell. And he's been really quiet, Q, hasn't he? Sorry guys, just bear with me. I've just got in from work, so just having a cup of tea and I'll be back alive.
Ivy, yeah, Ivy. If we get a grey Hudson rabbit, should we do it Ivy? Switch that on.
I've got a cup.
Oh no, fucking. Come see you doing your live stream, yeah.
Yeah.
Willow.
Wow. I'm watching. Who's watching? Sorry guys, I'm just looking at the computer, just looking at Q and that, see if there's any updates or anything. It's been very quiet since the 29th. Very quiet.
Abby, Alexandra, Angel, Annabelle. Oh, Annabelle's cute.
You're so smart. You're so smart. On red, I top podcast. I was a massive fan.
Penelope for a rabbit.
Floppy. Oh, hello, my friend. You want to sit down, sit down.
Who would call their rabbit salt or pepper?
Just so I'm not right away. Sit down.
Just waiting for Dan, guys. Then we'll start going, but...
Oh, no, that's just fine. I can have that as well.
Shit. I'll take a put my charger on. Fuck, shit.
I was charging for a second.
Oh, dear. Right, charger. Get out. Have you? What you got? Hope they're not. Are they European? Oh yeah. Guinness. Yeah, I can see it. It was in focus just now. You first showed it up. Blimey. No way. I don't know. I don't. That one of those bottles, even a sip would knock me out. Can't drink. I can't drink to save me life. Oh. I was lucky. I did cooked for me today at work, so not too bad. Nice roast dinner.
I'm going to stay on a bit. I'm going to stay on a bit today.
I haven't really kept up on the news today either. Normally I do a bit at work. I see something about Sadiq Khan and
I've deciphered what's going on. I've deciphered what's going on using the rules of, you know, how to read the news and stuff. Oh, you brought me my tripod. You're good for something then, aren't you, woman?
Right. I want your head.
Right, let's have a look. There we go. I have to fucking balance it like a gymnast or something. There we go. That's a bit better. Right. What I did decipher was what's going on with the news is they're obviously trying to say, so we've got France and some of the countries which are clearly working part of the system saying that they're going to veto the extension, right? Meaning we're going to get pushed into a no-deal scenario based on Article 50. And that's going to happen. I believe they are going to veto an extension. So do you know what they're going to do? They're going to scrap Article 50 altogether. That's going to be the start of the end.
as in we're not going to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so because I see. It's really difficult because I only see fleeting glimpses, like I said. But I know I see something about the old mayor of London having getting funding or something from some Europeans or something. I don't know, France. I don't know. It could be France. I don't know. You have to correct me on this. I'm not too sure. But I know he's getting some kind of funding to fund the Remainers. Whatever you call it, funding. I don't know. What do you call it?
Why?
What do you call it?
Why are Remainers even a thing? Why? Why do they even still exist after the vote? It's terrifying. That terrifies me, because it doesn't. It means that the democracy hasn't just died in the parliament; it's died within society, which means they must have mentally tapped into people that hard that they've managed to make people ignore the fundamentals of what the country's built on. You know?
Yeah.
Like poll tax, do people forget about like some of the big fucking things that have happened in this country? They're completely disregarded. I feel like the power is under. How's it going, Susan? Susan says hi, guys, with a kiss.
Hello, Sue.
I think the powers that be believe, right, if they stretch it out long enough, that it will fatigue people's motivation to leave Europe. But I think it will do the very opposite.
Make it go stronger. Yeah, it's going to make it stronger.
Yeah, it's going to do the opposite.
We've realised what freedoms we've lost.
Yeah.
You know, we go to our 9-to-5 jobs, don't we? We don't really think about it. Freedom of speech, normally, we don't normally think about, or anything, do we, really? We just go to work and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, people are waking up and thinking, hang on a second, I work 9-to-5, A for what?
They've given us this amazing utopia on us mobile phones, right? And it gave people this sense of security. It allows people to bubble themselves in a psychological eco environment where they feel like okay. They feel okay. You know, they feel okay. You know, they don't feel amazing. They're not going anywhere. It's not, you know, your life doesn't grow beyond your phone, right? You're still limited to the same principles we was 50, 100 years ago, right? The money, working, you know, you need money, you need to eat, you need to, you know, but it's almost like phones give people this, like I say, this bubble, this feeling of, oh, I can download an app, or I can watch a film, or I can, you know what I mean? It's like a false sense of security.
Do you think Facebook's got a lot to do with this? Because, I mean, you think about it, on Facebook, you know, you get people come up and they could be having a shit life, but they're put up there having a brilliant life. It's fake, isn't it? A lot of it on Facebook is fake. You see what I'm saying? So, of course, they, you know, so you're reading somebody's Facebook and I'm doing really well, I've got this, I've got that, and you think, fucking hell, shit, I'm going to strive to beat them, because that's what we as human beings do. We naturally want to outdo each other, don't we, I guess? Yeah.
I mean, I was like, been there, done that.
It builds up a false pretense, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it reaffirms people's delusions, because everybody has delusions. Every single one of us has a delusion. Like, something shit's going to happen, and, you know, in the future, whatever it is, take anything, you know, I'm going to miss the shop before it closes, and, you know, blah, 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 whatever. The little things to the big things, I'm going to lose my job next week. And people, delusion is not like a disease or psychosis or anything, do you know what I mean? That's like part of human defense. It's like human beings do it to protect themselves. That delusion is there to instill some form of feeling of security, right? That everything's okay, because you can't let yourself go, I've got to be up for work in the morning, right? This is massive that's going on, but I've still got to be at work. Oh, my dad's just died. I can't make the funeral. I've got to be, you know, really bad things are happening.
That's exactly true. That's exactly true how it is. You've got it bang on.
And Facebook it inhibits that. It reinforces that. It's not just like in your head when you can have a bit of delusion or whatever, but the reality is when you go to work, you've got time to think for yourself. Facebook is this place where you can almost build this permanent form of echo chamber, right? This permanent form of reassurance, because it constantly adjusts and builds around you based on the pages that you follow, things that you like, things that you share, the advertisements it shows you. So it mirrors not just it mirrors not just the good sides of you, it mirrors the bad as well. It mirrors everything, and that's the problem with social media. That's the problem with this whole AI system and learning the algorithms of what you do on the internet. The problem is, in real life, right, you do something one day, right, and you go to the next, it's another beginning of a day or whatever. On Facebook, you put something up or you like something, it's there tomorrow. It's constantly there. You're building something permanent in terms of a psychological reinforcement of who you are, yourself, and you're constantly forced to look back at what you've previously posted, like previous profile pictures. Like, I can't remember, like, I've been to festivals and stuff, and I can't remember, like, the person that I was then, do you know what I mean? But I can go on Facebook and like I'll read some of my statuses or whatever, and I might be like, oh my god, that's so cringe, or was I really like that back then? Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So and everybody knows that everything you put on Facebook, it's all there. Anybody can go on my Facebook and scroll down. You're all there, and there's something not human about that. I mean, it isn't human. It's not human. I mean, it's all like the idea that that everything should be public. All your data should be public. There should be no privacy. And the argument they hold is if you're not doing anything wrong, you shouldn't have something to hide. And it's got nothing to do with that whatsoever. Privacy has got to do everything to do with who you are, your being, what you're built of, your vulnerabilities, the fact that there's dicks out there that will take advantage of that. Privacy is to do with holding together who you are and being able to present yourself to the world on a daily basis. I mean, look, the end result is people kill themselves. People get that upset, that depressed, that they think the only way out is to end their own life. And that's how far it goes, right? It goes all the way down the road of a very, very dark place that some people have been through, some people haven't. But even the people who haven't, if they have sympathy, you can see how dark it is, and the fact that nobody should feel that way. Yeah, and that's to do with vulnerabilities. People don't kill themselves because they love themselves, right? They kill themselves because they don't, with an exception to the rule of someone that's, psychotic or whatever. But even then, they're just, if they're psychotic or they've got some kind of mental health issue, it doesn't necessarily mean they don't.
Hang on a second. I've just got to go and get the door. Hang on a second, mate. Carry on. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. It doesn't necessarily mean that they've even killed themselves. It's just they've been a victim of whatever it is that's led them to feel that way or end up that way. And Facebook, social media, all of it, like I said, it doesn't just save the good sides, it saves the bad sides as well, in terms of your attributes, who you are, what you've gone through, your behaviour, how you've been feeling, what you like, what you share, what you follow. It's like I've gone through some really horrible shit, and I've gone, and still on like some of my old YouTube accounts, I use them. There's like 3 of them or 4 of them or something like that, right? But I juggle between them depending on which one I log into or what device is logged into which one, because they all follow different types of content. And I've got the playlist there of like really depressing music from back when I was like really fucked, and it's like stepping in to that sphere of shit. And the very scary thing about this is, as human beings, we are very resilient. We are very capable and able of moving forward, moving on, and gaining strength from our mistakes and weaknesses. When you get a scar on your arm, I'll take it even on a scientific level, right? Even on a literal level. When you get a scar on your arm and it comes back scar tissue, that scar tissue is tougher than the previous skin that was there. And that's just on a basic level, and that's all the way through, all the way up to your psyche, your emotions, how you feel, what you think, what you believe, what you don't believe, what you're defensive against, what you're not. Like, all of it. But again, what Facebook does and what this platform does, it doesn't have scar tissue. It doesn't evolve with you, right? It embodies you and everything that you have. You don't have the, you could send something or like a page or something the previous day when you're drunk, when you're feeling a certain way, or when you're heartbroken or whatever. And that embodiment, that post, that is perpetuated to the next day when you wake up in the morning, you get a notification on your phone and there it is. Yeah, or even when someone looks in on you and your life and how you're feeling, that's a really rough time for you. But it paints a picture, right? Somebody sees that, right? But that just might have been you when you was drunk or when you was going through a rough time. But it's still a representation of you. And although you don't think about this maybe consciously when you're posting this on Facebook, there's definitely some kind of social reinforcement, subconsciously at least, in a lot of cases consciously, to be mindful of what you put on Facebook. And this leads people to be dishonest with themselves and others about what's really going on in your life. And that's what leads people to have these double lives where what's going on in reality is very different to what they're posting on Facebook. There could be cataclysmic things that are going on in Facebook, and the problem there is that they've got their phone. It's just a case, but just for prop, they've got their phone in their hand, and that's on them, right? That's in their pocket, and they've got that on them. It's like an extension. We're already pretty much cyborgs, so you carry all of that shit with you. It's almost like there's somebody now looking at you every fucking second of every single day. Somebody can be looking at you. You can't have your privacy anymore. That's gone. As soon as you sign up to Facebook, you put your picture on there, you post something, and that is a reflection of what's going on in your life in terms of when people look at it. you no longer have privacy in a sense of what's going on in your life. And that definitely does drive people to the edge. That definitely does drive people to do silly things and drive people to misrepresent themselves, thus not dealing with their problems and the reality of what's going on. Because if it's so hard to pretend that your life's okay and then have that reinforced also by other people and the rest of the social circle and social economy, if that's reinforced, you're never going to want to solve those problems, because you feel good when you come on Facebook and people have liked what you've posted, or, you know, whatever that, you know, it's like, you know, that's not really real, right? But it feels nicer to come on Facebook and, you know, feel good about it, right, than accept the reality of what's going on. Humans will always pick the path of least conflict. Humans will always take the easy way out. That's what we're built to do, because we're survivors. We've come from millions and millions, maybe billions of years of evolution from being a tiny cell. It's debated, but either way, human nature is to take those attributes and live with them, and that's how you survive, right? It's all about life or death situations every single day. I mean, everybody has a life or death situation every single day.
Fucking hell. Sorry, I was just looking at an interesting thing, right? Because I thought I'd just look on the internet and see if there's sort of like any suicide rate linked to Facebook or something like that, just out of interest, just to see if it's made a thing. But I've just come up with saying number of work-related stress to presenting Great Britain. Fucking hell, it's gone up. That is mental. So 2009, it's gone from 414 to 595, which is the number of self-reported cases. That's quite a bit of a jump, isn't it? Fucking hell.
People are not rewarded for their labour.
People are really stressed. Yeah, people are stressed, man.
Yeah.
Badly.
I won't work for, and you might call me snobby or whatever, but it's just what I am with cash, right? I will not work for less than like £10 an hour. I'm sorry, but I won't. I never will. Never have. Never will work for less than £10 plus an hour. I'll maybe work for like £9. I'll stretch it. You know what I mean? Depending what the work is. If it gives back what it is that I'm working for, but I'll shovel shit all day long, every hour, every day, for £10 an hour. So it's like, you know, that's the situation that I'm in.
Yeah, my career ain't very well paid at all, but I don't do it for the money anyway.
I don't judge anyone, you know. People have got to do the fucking shitty jobs or no one will do them. But it's just me personally, I know that I cannot cope, right, when it comes to spending time away from my kids, do you know what I mean? Me personally, I know a lot of people can. I know I've got close friends that do work a shitload, right? And they can handle it, and their kids are fucking happy and they're great. They can juggle that that structure, and they've always been working blokes. Keith, who was coming in, yesterday night, Keith was coming in. He's worked security, like, for years and years of his life. He's worked security and does like night shifts, day shifts, whatever. He juggles it and he's amazing. He's a monster, Keith. He's like, I don't know how he works. He works like incredible hours, but I believe his missus works as well. And like, some people can make it work, and you know, I'm sure like they would all tell you the same thing. It's stressful as fuck. But he liked my post on Facebook earlier today. Did you see my post on Facebook about working?
Probably not. I can't say I did.
It was about, you know, you used to be able to work 40 hours a week and provide for the whole family.
Yes, I did. Yes,
And now, you know, you struggle to get by with both fucking woman and the man working 40 hours a week. You know, you get by just on that. And it's the position that I'm in. If we wanted to pull in a normal, have the lifestyle that we have now, by means, I make ends meet, you know what I mean? Wink, 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 nudge, nudge, you know what I mean? I can juggle money like a fucking magician. But if we was to go, like, and work, and we wanted to live the life that we live now, without the expertise that I have, it would be like me working 40 hours and Lauren working 40 hours a week. That's unreal. We've got a baby on the way, and, you know, all this stuff. It's like, I do pay tax. I pay plenty into the government, but I'm talking about in terms of like long term, right? What the government, you know, what's an ideal citizen? You know, let's say, what's an ideal citizen? Someone that works all their life up to 60 or whatever, right? Pays the tax for what they're worth, and then, you know, drops dead peacefully, right?
Yeah.
But that's so hard to fucking abide by nowadays.
So I work. I do part-time at the moment because my son's, every time one of the kids is in their last year of school, I go back to part-time until they've completed it, so I can help with revision and shit like that. You know, because it's their future, innit? So we take a bit of a oomph in finances, but to me it's worth it to see my son get better exam results.
Yeah.
Sad, but that's the way I do it.
I totally get it, mate. I totally get it, and I have all the world's respect for you for doing that. You've got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. It's like, that's the word, it's dog eat dog, do you know what I mean? You've got to make sacrifices, you've got to do, and I've made plenty of sacrifices in my life as well, I won't go into, do you know what I mean? It's like, you've got to. It's almost, you have to be willing to sell a piece of your soul in this world, and it's like, how much of it do you want to sell? Because as many opportunities I've had to sell my soul completely for riches, and I won't do it. I won't fucking do it. I won't do it. There's no way. I can't do it. I couldn't live with myself. I can't sell my soul. Do you know what I mean? I want balance. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean, though? Do you know there's probably a million examples of selling your soul for if you really want to just fucking get rich and you don't care about morals. Easy. Easy.
The way I look at it as well, I think, you know, I try. Money isn't everything. Happiness can be found without money. You know? I know money helps. Okay, don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, we all stress, don't we, over it? But at the end of the day, if I've got love for my kids, that's more important to me than money. All I want to be able to do is just, as long as we eat okay, the bills are paid, a couple of quid left over at the end of the month. You know what I mean? It's necessities, and that's happiness.
It's an age-old saying. You've got one life. That's it. Even religious people say the same, because there's no denying, at least, that on this playing field, whether there's one next level, whether there's a next level or not, right? Whether you go down or up, whatever religion you want to believe in or you don't believe your ethics. All I know is that when I see someone that is like, they're not about anymore, when they're gone, they're gone. That's what I know, and I know that when one day I'm going to be on that list of people that are gone, and that, you know, while I'm here, right, I want to have a legacy. That's the top of my list. I'm always thinking about what's my legacy going to be. What is my legacy going to be? And I want my legacy to be like a lasting effect. You know what I mean? Like when I come on here and I choose to, you know, talk with you, Chris, and do the podcast or whatever. You know, you invest in your time. You invest in these seconds. And I don't want to be on my deathbed, or even if you're not, you know, metaphorically speaking, die and have anything where I say, oh well, I wish I didn't waste my time. That's it. Let's do that. I wish I didn't waste my time doing the podcast, and I know that I won't think that. I'll be glad to have done this and taken part in it. It's like
I'm just waiting to get on my Skype. Sorry. Hey.
What is it?
2 weeks. I got your picture wasn't on my screen, and I couldn't work out how to get your figure. And I've just pressed this button and it come up. I'm like, happy days. That's better because I got a delay on the computer.
Let me just go and make sure the kids are going to sleep, because it sounds like they're playing funny buggers. Because like I said, they've gone to bed a bit later tonight because of food. That's why I'm late on the podcast. Give me a second.
Yeah, man, no worries. No worries. Oh, dearie me. I don't know. What is happiness, eh? What would you term as being happy? What would bring you happiness? That brings me happiness. You see that? Laughter. Oh dear. I've gone quiet there, haven't we? I don't know what to do. You have to excuse me, I've had a hard day today. Seriously.
There we go. That's the sound of a roly-poly.
Good.
That's the spirit and soul of the roly-poly going to heaven.
don't know, but you see all these stories, don't you? Millionaires and they've got everything and still not happy, still commit suicide, still depressed.
Yeah. There's all that evidence there, but it's almost like people just don't want to accept the truth that is just right there in front of them in plain sight. Do you know what I mean? You don't even need to read a fucking book. Just wake up in the morning and take a look out the fucking window and you can figure it out. Do you know what I mean? You honestly don't need it, because you'll still see at some point someone in a BM driving by arguing with the missus, having the same problems that you're gonna have, you know, at fucking 8 AM, blindsided on a morning. Whether you've got £1 in the bank, $1 million in the bank, it don't matter. You know what I mean? None of it fucking matters. All that matters is that you're happy and you know you feel like you've done enough, and you feel like you've given enough love to the people that you love and care about. And I do. I try and do that on a daily basis, and that's it.
Yep, totally agree. I mean, I think for me, the view for me for being a good life is when I do go, is to have my kids there, my grandchildren there, or whatever, as long as they're old enough, obviously. Have my family around me. To me, that is success. If they're all to be with me on my deathbed, I'm happy. I've done something then, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about what I've earned or what I've got or anything. You know what I mean? As long as I leave them something, obviously, in the will, but... That's contentment for me, mate.
Yeah, I was looking at life insurance. I was looking at life insurance earlier on. I'll probably get it. You know what I mean? Probably a good idea. You know, a nice half a mil, something like that, to leave for that those few payments. I mean, it's just it's a sucker though. I mean, I don't leave a stone unturned though. If I got something like life insurance, I'd have to look into where I was getting it from, because I dealt with 2 life insurance claims in my life. One of them were pretty straightforward because it was a fairly premium claim, and it was like, you know, they paid the money's worth to get the money's worth, and they was on it for a long time and respected. Another one, Sun Life cover. A friend of mine, I won't name names out of respect, I don't know, it's not my place to say, died of cancer anyway, died of, I believe it was, what did it start off as? What's the thing that men can only get? Prostate.
Prostate.
Yeah, prostate cancer, obviously, it you know, got into the bloodstream or whatever and fucking mutated. And, you know, he were on... He were to the point where he was on morphine, like massive high doses of morphine, shitloads of morphine. Do you know what I mean? It was at the point with cancer, right, where he wasn't in hospital, right, but it was the kind of cancer where he pretty much had an unlimited supply of morphine from, you know, the pharmacist. That's what point he was at. And anyway, he popped his clogs in pub having a drink. I came. I was there as he would leave. As he would go in. They resuscitated him. He had brain bleed and things like that. So he passed away. Obviously, they had to switch the machines off. You know, very dignified end though, in my opinion. He had the bald head because he just started his lukey, but he started it too long or whatever. I speak about it. Just let me know if it's like too deep or whatever. But I like to bring it up wholesome because I know the guy and he would have liked me to tell the full fucking story. Do you know what I mean? Like, and out of respect for him, I ought to tell the story of his fight really, because it was phenomenal. So anyway, his name was Jumping Dave, and fuck me, his name was Jumping Dave because when he'd take a shot on snooker table, he'd do a little jump or pool table, and. He went out in the bar, in the pub, getting pissed, bit of morphine, bit of beer at the same time, with shaved head, just started his lukey, and fuck me, yeah, I watched him on the floor, you know what I mean, like, gone, and you know what, there's something about Dave and why I bring him up and why it's so magical, why this guy's so magical, and the reason I bring him up is because of this, and he ensured that I ended up feeling this way. Not me. This wasn't me and Mike Works. This was that I'd spent long enough to end up feeling the way that I did in the end. And when he was on the floor there, and I saw him passing away, and they was charging him up, I was smiling because he knew it. Everybody knew it. Do you know what I mean? I knew it. It was gonna go like it was any second. Do you know what I mean? Something was gonna fucking knock him down. But he went out in the fucking pub, you know, a couple miles from home, in his little flat that he had. Like there on his back on floor with his shirt lifted up, and I could do nothing but smile. And I didn't cry once for Jumping Dave. I didn't cry once for Jumping Dave because he's an example of someone that really truly did love everybody. Do you know what I mean? And like, I don't think I ever saw a single bit of regret in his eyes. He did loads of travelling before he went while he was diagnosed. He actually took my mum travelling and close friends. Went to Canada and other places, Turkey, you know, 5-star all included. He lived it up, do you know what I mean? He had his pot cookies and all that. He smoked with a toker and fuck me, you know. And that was a big learning curve for me. And I'll draw the point full circle back onto life insurance. But I had to go into it because it was a pinnacle point for me watching someone die, but also be so close to him and know what they was going through. And we was there. I went up to hospital and everything. You know, we went scarpering with the money as you would, wink, nudge, nudge. Do you know what I mean? Before he was passing. And then the life insurance claim come through. Anyway, the full point of the story with this Dave is, you know, I learned a lesson from him, which was, yeah, love everyone around you. Do you know what I mean? Fucking don't be a cunt. Don't have regrets. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as a mistake. There's only such thing as an accident, even if you intentionally did something wrong. Do you know what I mean? Because as long as you learn from anything that you do bad or wrong, as long as you learn from it, then truly, it's always possible to move forward. It's always possible to wake up the next day, no matter what you did the previous day, and make somebody happy. And that's what Dave did every single day. And he was a fucking star. But here's the disgusting part. I get to the end. We've got his funeral coming up, obviously, a bit down the line. Probably just the day after everything. You know, we've got to get everything sorted. We've got his death cert, everything, right? I'm sat there with his death certificate, and I'm on it like a car bonnet. You know, I'm full of energy. Again, not cried once. I'm ready to fight the way that he did, you know, for his family and sort everything out that I can. And I phoned up this fucking Sun Life, and no word of a lie, sat on hold for 3 hours, mate.
What?
3 hours on the claims line. And we used his landline before they shut it off, because obviously he died, right? So we used his landline in his flat to call Sun Life. And it was a premium bill. And that bill, right, for that 3 hours was at around £600-700 on the fucking phone call. It was a premium line. The claim line for Sun Life, or the insurance line, was a premium line. And that was the only line you could phone for a direct fucking response. And I started calling at around 11 or 12 in the afternoon to get this money that he's fucking been paying out, do you know what I mean, to pay for his funeral and all that shit and go to his cousins. Nothing for me. I didn't get a fucking single penny off him. Didn't expect a single penny off him. Went 3 ways with his 3 youngest. He had 2 sons and he had a grandson. Was it a grandson? No, it was like a... I believe he was an uncle to it'd be his nephew. He split it 3 ways. And I don't even know if we ever claimed that money, because you couldn't write in, you couldn't do anything. Write in had weeks of waiting time. You know, we were having his funeral before, you know, any of that money fucking ever showed up. But anyway, I stepped away. Maybe they got it in the end. I'm not sure. It's not a question that you ask. But all I know is on the day, do you know what I mean, when you're sorting through all these things and it's sensitive matters, you don't want to be on a premium phone line waiting 3 hours on hold. When you're already paying out for your insurance, 3 hours on a premium phone line, still taking money off you, right? But still taking money off the people that are there to claim the money, because they're thinking, oh well, we're giving you this much anyway, they won't complain. Fucking evil bastards. Well, that's exactly what they're thinking, isn't it? They're thinking, oh well, they're going to claim the few thousand, so you know we'll charge extra on the fucking premium line. They'll get it back anyway. They'll not complain. Think about it though. I don't even know if they got any money that, but you know, it all adds up obviously. And fuck, nightmare, mate. Nightmare. So that just come to thought anyway. That come to think about that. And so I was like saying, I'm going to look into life insurance. It's not just look into them, but look into people that have claimed on them as well, for people that have died.
Well, when my nana died, it took me 1 2 years to get me grandma the insurance.
When you grandma died?
It took my mum 2 years to sort out the
That's bad, man.
to get her a gravestone with insurance. Before saying that they were no money.
When my missus is it grandma?
Yeah, it
When my missus' grandma died, it took them 2 years to get a gravestone for her because the insurance said they had no money for it. 2 years to get a gravestone.
That's fucking unbelievable, man. The government take money off you when you die. Companies take money off you when you die. Big business, isn't it?
That's the thing, Susan. For all alternative numbers, I'm a fucking whiz kid when it comes to phoning mobiles, phoning abroad, international. Do you know what I mean? I pay my bomb on my phone contracts. You know what I mean? Pay like £90 out a month for that or something. And honestly, Sue, that was the only number. I looked into it for sunlight. I was sat there, do you know what I mean, knowing. In fact, well, once it got up to 1 hour being on hold, I was like, fuck me, is there another number? How else can we do this? Because, you know, there's other things that need to be put in motion. You need to go through all his bank cards and credit cards and, like, all this fucking shit that he's gone. Read his death note, go through all his stuff. Do you know what I mean? A person's entire life, basically. You've got to go through someone's entire fucking life to get things in order. And, you know, after being on the phone for an hour or two, you know, I did look into it, Sue, and that's the only line they had was a premium fucking line, and it was like something stupid, like £2 a minute, £3 a minute, or something like that, and being on hold. There wasn't no feature, and I mean, I wanted to see if there was some kind of callback or what. Honestly, I trolled that website, I trolled the forums, I trolled the FAQ, the legal doc, everything. I trolled his application, I trolled his contract, which we had, which was to redeem the thing. I trolled everything, I trolled the legal side of it. I had a full 3 hours sat on that phone in a fucking armchair, and I remember it vividly and feeling fuming by that second hour. I remember feeling so fucking angry that this guy had put this in place and his funeral going to cost whatever, and he'd been paying his stupid amount that he was paying out a month, like a stupid amount, right, for the top bomb. So he'd gone out there as a good guy and gone, look, I'm on my last legs, I'm going to get life insurance. Not only that, he knew that he had terminal, right, so obviously the life insurance was going to cost a lot anyway, so he was already paying a premium. In fact, I think he got the life insurance before he was terminal, but it was when he was diagnosed. So, but he would have been paying a lot anyway because of the cancer. And so it's just fucking, it riles me up that that's even allowed. Do you know what I mean? We're meant to have these regulatory companies in place to make sure this shit doesn't happen, but it still does.
Cool bollocks. Ooh, fucking bollocks, man! I can't believe it.
I couldn't. I thought you call up.
We're really stuck in the way. To let this all happen, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought you call up a place like that for a claim, right? And I thought, you know what, I'll be on phone in 5 minutes because they want you rid, they want you dealt with because it's a loss and they don't want to leave it. But I never messaged about that life claim. I never messaged because it drove me up wall for fucking 3 hours, and I was thinking about it for days after that on the funeral and everything. And it's not something you go to the actual family and ask about. Do you know what I mean? Because if it drove me up the wall for 3 hours, I don't like to think what they went through after he died, fucking trolling for this money that he'd been paying out, to pay for everything. It's just, fuck me, it's just a joke. If you do find a good life insurance company to go with, let me know because I need to get some out. Yeah, I was looking at tom.co. The best thing you're best off doing, right, is going to a referral, like a place that'll refer you on to a life insurance. Because these people that look into life insurance for you, like these money experts or whatever you talk to on the phone, they're legally responsible to tell you the truth. So you can ask them a question that's like bad for business, but they're not the business, they're just the referrer, but they get money for referring you on. So they'll just tell you the truth because they want to refer you on. And when you're speaking to people on phone about life insurance, they don't lie to you because they can't. They're under like this regulation. It's like super strict where it's like thousands and thousands of pounds worth of a fine for the employee. Like if the employee lies, they get fouled. You can sue them for a lot of money. And that, so yeah. Go to someone that will refer you on. I was looking into getting private healthcare for me and the kids and the missus and everything.
It's a good idea.
It costs fuck all, mate. It's cheap. It's cheap. I can insure myself, my missus, my 2 kids and the one on the way, all for something like £60 a month. full cover, like, and that's private cover. Think about that, private cover though. I know it's £60 a month, but private cover for £60 a month is fuck all in terms of like, if you really want something like healthcare though, that's really good, because you only pay for one kid and the rest are free. So you could have like 8 kids and just pay for one kid.
I better get to work.
And it's only like I think £100 premium that you pay. So you know, if you actually want a claim, it's like £100 excess on your claiming for it or whatever. And obviously for claiming it goes up, but you can still use the NHS while you've got fucking health insurance. You know, you only use that private if you really need to use it. Like if you have a molar coming through, or you know, because they cover you for dental, they cover you for everything. Or you have something a bit more serious, or you're ill, or you have a chest. You know, it's like in the NHS, if you wanted to go and get something like a brain scan or a chest X-ray or something like that, get your lottery ticket out, mate. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna have to pull some strings to get that done. Do you know what I mean? Or coughing blood up. Do you know what I mean? You're like, they just fucking take the piss out of you. I've had all kinds of health issues, which I'm sure are like the start of something that'll fucking kill me. Do you know what I mean? I've been to the NHS, just like regular things that we all have as you get older, but things that I've picked up, you know, as you do, everyone knows themselves, that I've gone to the NHS about, and they're just shit. They're just so fucking shit. They don't give a fuck. GPs don't know anything. They're just there to save money. Do you know that GPs are told? They're told to refer as little patients as possible. It's their job to not refer too many. Do you know what I mean? They don't have a quota, right? Like, you'd think with a GP, right? You'd think with a GP that it'd be the more patients that you refer, you know, you're doing a better job or whatever, because you're diagnosing things and you're helping people. But in reality, right? Now, you can't call it disciplinary because they can't say they'd be punishing people for referring people, right? But down the grapevine, I'm telling you right now, those GPs are fucking told. Those GPs are told, right, that don't, like, try not to refer people. Do you know what I mean? Try and deal with the problem there and then, if you can. So rather than actually using the avenues that are there, they'll try and send you away. Like, they don't get used to hand out antibiotics like fucking, like no tomorrow.
But to ask you a question though, don't you think this is part of like the plan? I mean, they're trying to get rid of the NHS, as we know, right? It's their plan. So what they do is they make it so bad that people think, you know what, I might as well go private.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So,
I agree. That is exactly what it is.
I just wish the NHS was, obviously if the NHS was better, we'd be using that full stop, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's all part of the plan, isn't it?
And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. As a countrywide thing, right, you think about tax or whatever, and how they tax cigarettes on the basis of the NHS and blah, 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 blah. I'll ask you a question right now, and it might as well be rhetoric. Would you pay like 2% on top of everything that you spend to fucking have a shit hot NHS?
Of course. But we do. And the thing is, how much money do we spend on it?
But here's the point here, Chris. Here's the fucking killer point right here. You would, and anybody sane would, and anyone not sane enough to agree with doing that, right, is a fucking idiot and doesn't deserve hearsay anyway, right? Now, the point there is, they're saying they need all this extra money for the NHS. Now, think about fucking 70 million people, 60 million, 65, whatever it is on this island, yeah? How much do they consume on a daily basis, just in electric, in, gas, heating, all this shit, right? That we spend money on, your food, everything, right? You think about it across the board, how much does it cost on an average for a person to live? I'd say something like £5 per person or something. I don't know. That's on the low end, really. What do people really spend on money? We're quite a rich country. Do you know what I mean? Like if you order it's like I've gone and spent £5 on these beers at shop today. It's just £5, but that's just one day. I've had roly-poly and God knows what else, and it all adds up. For me, personally, a daily basis, it'll probably be more like £10 a day on me. Do you know what I mean? On like whatever for living. Would I pay an extra 2% on that? Of course I fucking 20 pence. 20 pence? Yeah? Well,
the problem is we don't trust the government, and where would the money go anyway if they did that?
Exactly. Well, this is the point. People would do it. So all I'm stating by saying this is that their argument of why the NHS is being cut is void. It's total bollocks, is what I'm saying. I'm just saying that for anybody listening. Do you know what I mean? More than anything, I mean it's common sense. But I mean, for the sake of argument, it's like the clearly, rather than saying that it's money troubles and the reason that Keith is, I just said Keith's name because he sent me a message. The reason NHS is being like going down the pan and being sold off and everything is not because of financial politics or economy. It's none of that. That's bullshit. They're clearly intentionally doing it. Do you know what I mean? Because NHS should be a fundamental thing that you can't fucking get rid of, right? Like paying for the power lines, right, for the houses. You can't scrape on that. Like fucking cleaning the streets up when they get too dirty. You can't scrape on that because you get rats and you get there's things you can't scrape on. Yeah, but then they're saying that you can scrape down on the NHS. You're an idiot. You can't possibly think that that's true.
Absolutely mental.
It's clearly being done on purpose and intentionally. It does my head in.
Yeah, and then they charge their staff for parking in the car parks. What the hell is that about? I mean, seriously, what is going on in this country, man? Unbelievable.
Yeah. It's unreal what's happening with the NHS. This is why I talk about private healthcare, mate, because it's just. Look, I'm not gonna cut my nose off to spite my face. I'm not gonna martyr my kids. Do you know what I mean? And their health and well-being, just so they can fucking.
Guys, listen, I've got to quickly shoot off. I'll be back on in a minute. I've got someone to a friend turn up. I'll be back in a little while, guys.
Okay, dude.
Sorry about that, man.
It's all right. So I can't martyr my kids. I can't live with. Oh, sorry, we've got comments here. You find a good rant. Yeah. The post office do it as well. What's held me off was my mate just got some out and he was already poorly but didn't expect to die, but he didn't get paid out by a loophole. All I'm saying is don't fucking. If you're gonna get any form of life insurance, right? Don't lie. You can't lie. You can't lie. I mean, it might seem like obvious thing, but for some people it's not. They might want to say, "Oh, I don't smoke" when they do. They might want to say they don't drink when they do, right? But they do they do an autopsy on your body. Do you know what I mean? They do tests, right? They don't just fucking put you in the morgue and then bury you for these legal reasons, right? So if you smoke, you've got to say that you smoke. You might be paying extra, but be honest. If you want, to be treated honestly and dealt with honestly, then you've got to be honest in return. Do you know what I mean? I know the big corporations or whatever, but you have got to be honest with them to a certain degree in terms of what's really going on. I carry a residence. What's this here? Bought that most of the day, dude. What is this? Residence hardware sampler music studio workstation. Aha. Still making music. Friends bought some kind of hardware sampler, he says, like a MIDI board kind of thing. Oh, I'll ask him if I can use his music on the stream. Oh, that's it. I'll get Keith, because I just need some music in the background, and Keith makes music. I think it's because he died too early. That's it. You've got to look on every single avenue. I mean, if I took out life insurance, right, you can pick, obviously, how long you want your life insurance to be, and I'd probably pick mine to be something like 70 years old, because by then you should have your shit in order. Do you know what I mean? I'd probably pick my life insurance to go until I'm 70. I wouldn't have it no later than that. Yeah, I type pretty fast. Yeah, Keith has probably got some music. I'll play some music in the background because he what do you call it? Shit, has the fucking podcast gone down again? Why would they fucking do that? They're dicks, They shut down the fucking stream on Facebook, and they're a piss take, man. Absolute piss take. That is unbelievable. That pisses me off to no end. That pisses me off to no end that they fucking shut the stream down on Facebook because the music in the background. They're saying it might be copy, but it's not copyright music. Oh God, it fucking gives me a headache. I hate Facebook. Facebook, if you're watching, fuck you. Honestly, you're a piece of shit platform. You say that you're gonna infringe copyright and all this fucking shit, right? But you shut my streams down when I'm not even fucking streaming copyright music. You're a fucking bag of shit. You're a fucking bag of absolute shit. I'm gonna just start streaming just on YouTube, man. Fuck Facebook. So for anybody wondering now, I'm fucking watch this shit. Watch this shit. Right? See this Facebook symbol in the bottom left, guys? Boom, it's gone. It's gone. I've just fucking got rid of that bitch. Freeman Podcast. Get that YouTube logo nice. No more Facebook, guys. I'm not streaming on Facebook. I'm playing music. I'm not getting copyright strikes. I'm not having them take my streams down and fuck me around. They can suck a dick. Fuck Facebook. I'm sorry. It was a good... I enjoyed the idea of streaming on Facebook and everything, but I boycott them. I'm not using them anymore for the stream. This crap. It will be all this crap robots they use. It's just anything. They don't want to risk copyright. You just fucking fight. Stand your ground. Don't be a fucking piece of shit platform. The only thing you can do is use the music it makes for you. It's probably load a bunch of samples into it and play it like sound bites and radio jingle type stuff. See, the thing is, right, I could stream right now and play music in the background. Okay, so I could play any track right now, as long as it's a moderate track, not like a big pop track like fucking, you know, fucking Nicki Minaj or Justin Bieber or whatever. Then it probably won't go down. But what will happen is they'll put ads on the video after it goes down, and they'll claim revenue on it. I don't mind that. I don't mind paying royalty to the fucking creators. You know, fair's fair, right? You make a track, you want money for the track that you're using, and Creative Commons or whatever. I want to use it on my stream, then I should. Crazy cat. Yeah, then it's like, oh fuck me. I could go on about it all day, but I'm not fucking streaming on Facebook anymore. Shit. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, thank you. What's going on there? Sorry, guys. I'm just putting a status on Facebook, and you know I'm going to share it throughout or whatever. And it's just a fucking. They're a bunch of twats. Honestly, I'm telling you now. Unbelievable. I'm just going to copy that instead, so I'm not going to use that link. I'm going to use this link here. Jesus Christ. Facebook is so shit on so many levels. There we go. Share. Fucking dicks, man. Honestly, that does my tits in. Let's have a look, see if Keith's got any music. He'll have his SoundCloud, surely. Cortec, that's it. Cortec, KJ Cordio, KJ Cordio, KJC Audio. Come on, where's your? There we go. And he's like free download, he's like free download on his tracks because he doesn't give a shit. He's just making music, man. Top geezer. 3 years ago though, this. Oh yes, man. What's important though is that What's important though is that the audio level's okay. He makes like sci-fi, like electro. Well, he says this is acid house. Good shit. How many tracks is there? There's only 15. But it's enough for me. But yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Using Cubase 8. I was using Fruit Loops. Yeah, unreal, unreal. Let's check the news anyway. I hope that audio level's okay. In fact, what I can do is I'll pull up the actual stream and I'll listen myself. Mute that for a second. That's how I listen. Oh, the delay's not okay. To rewind it a bit. I think the sound's okay. Fuck me. He's setting it all up, isn't it? Just to know that, you know, everything's good. Yeah, that'll be fine. Honestly though, unbelievable, unbelievable. Let's have a look at Brexit. So I divulged from Brexit, right, that something weird's going on. So now they're saying that people are going to veto. So we've got French. So you've got people in Europe, basically, people part of the European Union, countries that are saying that they're going to veto the extension, meaning it's going to lead to a direct hard Brexit. And they're going to use that then as an excuse to get rid of Article 50, you know, to fearmonger some more and say, look, we're going to have to get rid of Article 50 because, you know, I had to stay in the EU and then deal with it down the line and look at more of a long-term leave. Ah, fuck me, the whole idea of this is fucked. Unbelievably fucked. Is there any way to look at what's going to play next? Just gonna go through all these tracks and add them in. What's Keith saying here? So yeah, I think they're going to get rid of Article 50 anyway. I think they're going to scrap Article 50 completely. That's going to go down the drain, and they're going to use it to prolong what's going on. Sent me a video there, Sue. What is this a video of? Great Britain surrender document. Lisbon Treaty. Yeah, sign the Lisbon Treaty. This treatment hands over everything to the European Union. Yeah, armies. Fuck me. It's the military. That's the big one. Let's get this up anyway. Might as well. How long is it? 30 minutes. Don't mind watching it, yeah. For sure. I've not seen it before anyway. Let's pause that a second.
Some of you may or may not have heard about the Lisbon Treaty. To put it bluntly, it's no more than the capitulation document signed by a country who has been taken over by a marauding army, if you like. Now, that sounds a bit dramatic, but when you listen to what they've actually got planned in it... Now, Gordon Brown, the duplicitous little shite that he is... Now, I've got to word this fairly politely because it's gone out on both channels, but this is really important. You must listen to it. Gordon Brown went off and signed, on our behalf, a treaty that basically gives away everything. Now, this treaty is tied up in gobbledygook, so the average people can't understand it. But luckily, there are some decent people out there with incredible minds on them who have translated it. So it says... And I'm dyslexic, so I might struggle a bit here. Just in case anyone has forgotten what Gordon Brown ratified in the dinner, namely the Lisbon Treaty, the following should give an insight into what Teresa the Appeaser is doing her level best to hang on to her latest botcher. Number 1. The UK, along with existing members of the EU, lose their abstention veto in 2020, as laid down in the Lisbon Treaty. When the system changes to that of a majority acceptance with no abstentions or vetoes being allowed. Great. Number 2. All member nations will become states of a new federal...
What the actual fuck? So that first one, we know about the member state. We talk about all this. The most frustrating thing about this all is, Sue, I appreciate you sending this video. The most awful thing, it's fine, that's the sound, yeah. Just sent you a couple of vids I was sent today. Yeah, I appreciate you sending me this one. I'll check out the other one. My problem with this whole problem we have in the UK right now, is people are quick to decide that they don't want to believe the reality of what's going on. Oh, hello Chris, mate. You got a bit of background noise there.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah. That's better.
Yeah. That's probably... I've got Rick and Morty playing at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, so what I was saying anyway, the UK, along with all existing members of the EU, lose their abstention veto in 2020 as laid down in the Lisbon Treaty when the system changes to that of majority acceptance with no abstentions or vetoes being allowed. Fuck me. So it becomes it's a new government, basically. They turn the EU into a new government where it's no longer like... oh, God, say no more.
Nation of the EU by 2020 as clearly laid out by the Lisbon Treaty with no exceptions or vetoes. Gets worse. 3. All member states must adopt the euro by 2022 and all new member states must do so within 2 years of joining the EU as laid down by the Lisbon Treaty. Number 4. The London, and this is really worrying, the London Stock Exchange will move to Frankfurt in 2020 and be integrated into the EU stock exchange.
And so you're wondering why... I already know all this, by the way. It's just, I don't even like going into it. It's fucking horrible, man. Because you tell people this. I've gone over this with people before that are like anti-EU. And they don't care. People, not anti-EU, people that are like for EU and they want to remain and etc. They don't care. They honestly... do not care. Just the other one is better, but it's long, goes right into it all. Yeah, this short one was good. I saw the other one. This short one's cool. It's unbelievable to think that this is going on because, well, it's not. This is whatever, right? But then we're voting to leave. Why do you think we had a referendum in the first place, right? To cattle the sheep, to make sure that all the cards are in order, because Britain is the main player in this entire plan. We are the biggest domino to fall in terms of the EU federal state. I don't care about France, Germany, any of the others. I don't care where it's established. I don't care about any other country that is in the EU. Without Britain, EU and everything that it's been leading to is fucking down the pan and fucked. Completely fucked. Okay? Completely fucked. Lisbon Treaty is a fucking joke. Let's carry on with this guy. Jesus.
Resulting in a loss of 200,000 plus jobs in the UK. Because of the relocation, this has already been pre-agreed and is only on holding pattern, or it's been put on hold until the Brexit negotiations have been dealt with. Let me see what we've got here. Number 5. The EU Parliament and ECJ become supreme over all legislative bodies. I can't get that out, sorry. But
legislative bodies, you fucking
Number 6.
spaz.
The UK will adopt 100% of whatever the EU Parliament or ECJ lays down without any means of abstention or veto, negating the need for the UK to have Lords or even Commons as we know it. So, the Houses of Commons, rather
they want to hand over our fucking government, is what they want to do.
Actually, be a tourist attraction, I suppose. So that's good. Where are we? Number 7. The UK will not be able to make its own trade deals. Can't have us doing well. Number 8. The UK will not be able to set its own trade tariffs. Number 9. The UK will not be able to set its own trade quotas. Number 10. The UK loses control of its fishing rights. Better shock. Number 11. The UK loses control of oil and gas rights. Yep, that's the North Sea now owned by them. Where are we? Number 12. The UK loses control of its borders and enters the Schengen region by 2022, as clearly laid down by the Lisbon Treaty.
Shenzhen, you fucking
We will be flooded by migrants. Number 13. The UK loses control of its planning legislation. Yes, you won't be able to stick an extension up or do anything to your house, your land or whatever unless them in Brussels say it's okay.
Fuck off, you fucking cunt!
14,
I don't like reading the Lisbon Treaty, mate. I get so fucking angry. I want to fucking hurt people. I honestly, I want to fucking, I can't say what I want to do on fucking live, mate. I don't want to read this. Thank you for the video, Sue, but honestly, I don't want to go into Lisbon Treaty because I know it exists. I tell people about it, and the fact that people don't care makes me want to stab them in the fucking head. Because they're spitting on everything. They're spitting on my ancestors. They're spitting on their own ancestors. They're spitting on us and everything that we fought for. If they say that the Lisbon Treaty's okay, they're a traitor. They're a fucking traitorous cunt, and I'll spit on their dead body. I'll piss on them. Honestly, this boils my blood beyond anything I can ever comprehend. You know, knowing that my fucking granddad's in a shallow grave, I will fucking burn their. Oh my god, hypothetically, it's just hypothetical. I'm not telling anybody to do anything, but me personally, you take my fucking rights away from me, I will petrol bomb your fucking. Oh, you've no fucking clue. You've no clue. That I'm not even had a drink yet, but I'm so glad that this was brought up before I've had a drink, because the fact I've got another child on the way as well, you can probably imagine. I mean, a lot of you have probably fucking have had kids, you'll know exactly what I mean. Well, you know the feeling when you're about to have another one. I'm having that fucking feeling right now. I'm fucking good shake, you know what I mean? Like, she's a bump in the living room watching fucking TV, and I'd like just want to fuck. Oh, that shit is so fucked on so many levels. I can't even. You're muted, by the way, Chris, mate. Fuck me.
Oh yeah, that's better.
It's all right though, because I was ranting anyway, so fucking they wouldn't have heard you anyway. But fuck me, to take over a bit there.
I was just agreeing completely with what you said. If people just don't recognise it, do they? They don't understand it.
Are you real? Are you fucking real? Are you real? Do you really think the Lisbon Treaty is a good idea?
I know, but they don't want to. They've got to think it's a good idea. That's the thing.
How did that many people vote stay in the EU? And then how do they have the audacity to say, oh, you was lied to about the NHS? It's fucking far bigger than the NHS. Fuck me. How much? What was the claim? How many more millions for the NHS?
395, wasn't it?
395. you can probably go and take that number and fucking triple it, mate. That's probably conservative.
Yep.
And they were saying on the presidents that it's not true on the basis that we've like technically already left on economic terms, but we haven't left though. That's the point. We fucking haven't. We're still paying out what we was before we even had the referendum. Right now, every day, we're still sending money to Brussels. Right now. Right fucking now. We're not doing anything about it. And what pisses me off, right, is I'm ready to stand up. I can't even talk about this. This is the most infuriating thing because I can't talk about this on stream. I can't talk about this on stream without having my account shut down. Probably police officers knock on the door. You know what I mean? And putting my status and myself at fucking jeopardy, yeah, and risk my family because of what I want to say on the stream. I can't fucking say it. I can't say it. Right? But I am ready to fucking die. I will say that. I will say I am ready to die. I'm ready to stand up. Where are the fucking men? Where are you? Stand up, right, and fucking do something about it. Because I'll be the first on the front line, the first to drop one, and the first to drop myself. Stop fucking doing, right, nothing about this. If you're voting to stay in the EU, right, alright, the 3 C's, my dad said this and he's right about streaming, right? Cool, calm and collected. I need to get cool, calm and collected. I can't fucking be losing my shit on stream. Yeah, I won't lose my shit, right. But I'm glad I expressed my emotions anyway. There it is, it all come out. It's not your fault, Sue, you're just sending me facts, and facts are facts and I've got to deal with them. But that is how the Lisbon Treaty makes me feel. It really is how it makes me feel. Because if we don't leave the EU, people are going to get seriously fucking hurt. Mark my words, people will die. People will die. A lot of people are going to fucking die. 100%. A lot of people are going to die. It's going to be, you know the poll tax, mate. The poll tax and all that shit in France. I mean, I've seen these memes. Oh, we'll make the poll tax look like a tea party. We'll make the fucking France riots look like a tea party, right? I'm telling you, we will make fucking the poll tax, the miners riots, we'll make fucking World War I, right? Look like something of a school fight in the cafeteria hall. Like, the men that I know and what people are ready to fucking do in this country, if they betray us, I mean, you can already say they're betraying us, right? But let's get something straight. They haven't fully betrayed us yet, right? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
They're getting close, though.
They're getting close, right? They're pretty much going to, okay? But they're getting close. If they rip that Article 50 document up, if they completely eradicate any fucking light at the end of this tunnel, I will dig a tunnel through Parliament my fucking self with my bare hands and every single fucking ounce of explosives that I can fucking manufacture in my own home. And you can take that to the police and file it. Because there'll be too many fucking people doing it for them to police it. That's the simple fact of it. There'll be too many people fucking doing it to police it. Yeah? And I'm speaking hypothetical. I'm not threatening violence. I'm not threatening violence. I'm saying that will happen. That will happen. Yeah? And they know it will happen. And that's why they're stalling. They're stalling so they can get EU legislation. They can get the EU in place. They can get things in place. They can... all the police leave being cancelled. Do you think they do that for no reason? And I've said this before and I'll say it again. They know that we know that they know. That we know, right? You know, you can keep doing it. They know that we know that they know that we know. They know what's going on. They know that that us people know that it's all a lie. They know that we know it's a lie, right? But it's whether or not we're going to stand up and do something. They're going to continue to lie, right? For the 40%, 30% of fucking idiots, man. For idiots. And I mean, they're not even idiots. I know good working, honest, educated people, right, that want to remain in the EU. Right? But it's because they're too invested emotionally into all this fear play that's been put across the table. But when you actually start to weigh things up rationally and logically in terms of what the EU is in terms of heritage and the history, fuck me. 1 second.
One second.
Let's take a fucking look in the history book. That's a big fucking book, mate. Let's clear some space. Let's do this. Let's do this here and now on stream, because I've read this cover to cover. 20th century, day by day. Right. We'll be done by next Tuesday. I'm going to start now. I'm...
Got me beer.
No, fuck that. But I'll go to some of the pages in the thing, including the EU, right? Let's go to some of the history headlines in this. It's brilliant.
On a serious level, I am going to have to get off in round about in a few minutes.
That's fine, mate. That's okay. Go
Maybe
for it.
about half hour. If it's still on, I'll come back on again.
Fucking lighter Flint's gone. Give me a sec. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, I'm gonna be on for a bit. I'm gonna fucking go through this book.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll be about half hour or so. Back quickly. Yeah.
Big fucking book.
Anyway, guys, listen. I'll see you a bit later. Hopefully, I'll be back on if Dan's still on. Enjoy this, because I am. I don't have to leave my phone on. Right, I'll speak to you later, guys. Dan, I'll see you in a minute.
Okay, mate.
All right.
I just found some kind of note in this book. Some kind of envelope. That's really odd. I'm going to just put that to the side. NHS begin care from cradle to grave. NHS begins care 1948. Okay. When was the EU really established? Because I want to be 100% on these dates so I can go to it. When was the EU started? First November 1993, but it didn't start as that though. It started as something else, right? European Commission. Was it something else before that as well? It was. Anyway, 1st of January 1958. 1st January 1958. Let's have a look. In the history book. 1st of January... No, 1st of January. 1958. Let's have a look. Fuck me, can't believe I'm doing this. But what am I left with? Do you know what I mean? What am I left with in order to fucking validate? I would have shared it on my wall, but I couldn't find the vids on YouTube and could only send as a message. Not that I think people will take the time to watch them. It's annoying. It's annoying. 1958. Right, so we've got January 1958. Does it stretch 2 page? December, January 1958. Have we got anything? On the 1st. Albania, Holland Banks, Western USSR, Sputnik, Washington. We've got nothing. Minister quit over money policy battle. I thought said Mr. Mangum. So what have we got going on? We've got in January 1958. We've got 100 Turks are hurt and killed in anti-British riots in Cyprus. So there was something going on we could concentrate on, right? But there's nothing in here. But Busby babies killed in plane tragedy. Right, and then it became we got the Workers' Party, haven't we, and all that shit, right? 1st of November 1993. God, there's so much history in this book, do you know what I mean? It's like too much to even entirely go by. 1993. 1st November 1993. July... August, September. Oh, look at that. We've got fucking one of the Clintons. They're all in here, man. It's been a fucking long time planned. This shit's been going on for a long time, guys. The other video tells you it all when it started and how they creeped in. Yeah. Oh, I know it all, but what I'm trying to find is, you know, a reference of stuff that was going on in the world, because there will be fuck all on the European Union in this book. So the first, we've got Australia Island vintage crop ridden by Michael Cannon becomes the first European trained horse to win the Melbourne. US and China resume high-level military contacts, frozen since. Israel, Teddy Kollek is rejected by the voters after 28 years as mayor of Jerusalem. Strasbourg, Germany, France and Belgium inaugurate the Euro Corps, a joint military unit they hope will become the core of a future European army. I don't know if you heard this, guys, right? But listen to this. Listen to this. 1993. Big fucking book, mate. Big fucking book. All the major headlines in terms of, like, day by day. Probably missing some things. Or major things going on in terms of history of the 20th century. 1993, November. Okay. Established European Union. We got it here. Let's go on to the death stage, right? We got it here. 1st November 1993. European Union founded. Okay. Go back onto Facecam. Right. Now, what have we got? I mean, I could show you. I don't even need to, I don't even need to fucking, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that, right? So you guys can see. Now, this is, right, 1993, okay? And this big-ass fucking book, that's the last pages leading up to 2000. Here are all the previous pages leading all through fucking history. There's a lot of fucking pages all the way through, right? Now, we've got here, 1993, 1st November. We've got nothing for 1st November, but here on the 5th of November, right? It's very hard to see. We've got 5th of November, just here. Strasbourg, Germany, France and Belgium inaugurate the Euro Corps, a joint military unit they hope will become the core of a future European army. It's been fucking there since it was stated, right? It's all here, right? And even if it's not something that's like, there's nothing about the European Union being founded, right? There's nothing. It's just whatever. It's like if you go back to the is it the European Commission or whatever? What's it called? What's it called? Let's have a look. Go back. If you go back and look at the European Commission founded in 1958, there's nothing. I'll show you. 1950. We've got everything. Look, Germany, Fury, Versailles treatment, everything, fucking everything. Look, it was a normal fucking people. I mean, it sounds odd to me saying that, but look, just back then it was a time. Yeah, just like now, here in 2019, it's no different. There's people living happily, and then down the line we have fucking wars, tanks. Yeah, Europe walks in the shadow of impending war. Hitler and Stalin vow not to go to war. Well, that didn't work out very well. How the first atomic bomb was made. Hirohito, we surrender. A-bomb vaporizes Japanese cities, 1945, August. Alright, look at all this war. I'm flipping chunks of pages through. UN forces push back the 38th parallel. Look at it all, and we've got all this stuff going on now. The Shah of Persia and his new wife, Soraya, show off her wedding dress encrusted with $1.5 million worth of diamonds. Whoo! Even though all the way back then we've been living in the same fucking loop, right? So what have we got? 1958. So we've got all this war, we've got all this shit going on, right? Macmillan becomes PM. Oh, we know a lot about him, don't we, guys? So we go through... Still going through. Okay. Fog causes rail tragedy. Just odd things, random things. Must be. So here we got 1958 January. We've got nothing on the EU, right? It wasn't a big thing. It was nothing to be noticed, right? It was nothing to pay attention of. But here, what would that be? Stunny Show 100. Where would this be? So we've got 100 Turks are hurt and 2 killed in anti-British riots in Cyprus. Stuff going on, but nothing to do with the European Commission, right? But it is so telling to see. Yeah, the over. Was it 1993? I think it was 1993. Yeah, 1993, 1st November, we have Strasbourg, Germany, France, and Belgium inaugurate the Eurocorps, a joint military unit they hope will become the core of a future European army. Fuck me, sideways. It's there. And I'm glad to be able to hold the camera up for you guys to see. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it's all here. Just go and look. You know, you can go to IRA Bomb Blast Manchester. Look at this, 1996. All going off just after the European thing. Everything was one big chess move, guys. All of it. All of it. And you can go through and you can look at the massive correlation. Threat increases of war in Gulf. Fragile truth in Chechnya. Meteorite yields clue to life on Mars. All the way back in 1996. Meteorite yields clue to life on Mars. Thought to be 4.5 billion years old, it contains strange structures which may be microscopic fossils of primitive organisms similar to bacteria. The Space Agency described it as a fascinating detective story. The head of the NASA-funded team, scientists, blah, blah, blah. And it's all, you know, they've been pushing all kinds of stories for a very long time. President Clinton re-elected. Look at there, Hillary Clinton in the background. 1996. It's crazy to go through this. Taliban forced to give up mountains. Back in 1996. Middle East summit fails. It's a fucking crazy read, guys. I wonder if there's a PDF of this online. Maybe. German miners strike as unemployment reaches 4.6 million. So they had unemployment then, and then they're letting fucking... Oh my God, everything's been in shit for a very long time. A very, very, very long time. April, May. New Labour wins in landslide victory. The Great Britain woke up to find she had a new Prime Minister this morning after a sensational night which saw Tony Blair's new Labour Party achieve a landslide election victory over the incumbent Conservative government. So it's just been Conservative and Labour for a very, very long time, guys. Conservative, Labour, Conservative, Labour, Labour. So it's just ping pong between the two. That's all it's ever been. It's all it's ever been. The world says goodbye to Diana. September 6th at 9:08 a.m. today, the bells at Westminster Abbey begun to toll for the funeral of the Princess of Wales. Princess Diana dies in Paris car crash. The United Kingdom and much of the rest of the world have been plunged into grief today with the news that Diana, Princess of Wales, has been fatally injured in a car crash in the French capital of Paris. Diana's close companion, Dodi Fade, the car's driver, also died in the incident, which took place shortly before 1 a.m. this morning. The princess died at around 4 a.m. at La Prière hospital after lung hemorrhage brought on a fatal heart attack. So she died of a heart attack, it's saying here, which we all know is all too easy to cause, right? All too easy to cause a heart attack. So she may have even been killed in the hospital. I mean, but look at that car, though, at the end of the day. Look at that car. That's a fucking one hell of a crash, right? Unbelievable. All those flowers. Oh, look at the young royals. Oh, don't they look like they're fucking the cat that ate the canary? Jesus Christ. Ah, God. Tourist killed in Luxor. British nanny gets life. Queen's visit to India. Hong Kong stock market plunges. You know, it's up and down all through history. Yeah, it's like a fucking pantomime, right? So get into the good bits now as we come up to 9/11. Anglo-Irish peace talks conclude. This evening saw the conclusion of the historic peace talks between the British and Irish governments and Ulster political parties. The 32-hour discussion at Stormont led to an agreement on the radical reforms intended to end the bloodshed which has beset the country for over 30 years. A countrywide referendum is planned for May 22nd. The people are expected to vote for a developed Ulster Assembly in Ireland. If they do, elections to the Assembly are due to take place in June. The parties also agreed to aim for the release of all prisoners linked to the IRA terrorism and the handover of all arms over the next 2 years. The agreement does not signal a definitive end to the Troubles. See, look, I'm here reading through this book, right, guys? I'm here reading through this book. You know what infuriates me? Those terrorists, okay, was set free. They walked free. And now they're trying to prosecute our soldiers. Think about that. Really think about what's going on there. They are pissing on us and expecting us to drink it. They're pissing on us and they're telling us that it's raining. I can't, it's fucking, all this upsets me so much. Other vid tells you it all. Yeah. How long was she in the tunnel for? Over an hour, and the ambulance drove at turtle speed to the hospital. Well, yeah, so there's a lot of fucked up things in regards to everything that was going on, right? A lot of weird things. We got England out of the World Cup here in 1998, June 30th. Two US embassies in bomb attacks. More than 250 people were killed and at least 6,000 injured in terrorist bombing attacks in two US embassies in Africa yesterday. The blasts occurred at about 10:30 a.m. without warning. They were caused by terrorist car bombs outside the embassies in Dar es Salaam, the capital of Tanzania, and less than 5 minutes later in blah blah blah, killed 10 people in a second, destroyed an office block next to the embassy, killing these. The US authorities suspect the attacks to have been masterminded by Osama bin Laden, an Islamic Muslim fundamentalist who has declared a personal war on the US. Building up. President testimony is televised. President during his videotape testimony. President Bill Clinton was seen today by American public on television before a grand jury. The Star report delivered to Congress 2 days ago details Star's findings about the president's relationship with former White House aide Monica Lewinsky. It accuses the president of 11 crimes for which he may be impeached, including perjury, obstructing justice, witness tampering, and abuse of power. Media coverage had led viewers to expect the president to appear angry and evasive on the video camera. In fact, Clinton seemed composed, if nervous and pale, and was eloquent in his answers. Polls indicate public support for Clinton has increased since the release of the videotape testimony. Fuck me, they're struggling to falsify it now. It's probably very easy to falsify things back then, right? Because a lot more people believe the news. Beef ban to be lifted. Iraq agrees to weapons inspectors. See, Iraq agrees to weapons inspectors. Iraq has narrowly avoided British and US airstrikes by agreeing at the last moment to cooperate with the United Nations in its weapons inspections program. Iraq's change of heart has calmed the latest in a series of confrontations between Iraq and the West, which has been running since August, when the UN started negotiations to inspect Iraq's weapons stockpiles. However, commentators said that the threat of armed air attack would immediately come into force again should negotiations collapse. Operation Desert Fox. Britain and the US have launched a massive airstrike attack on Iraq. This is 1998 still. Fuck me. I'm just going to go through. What's this say? Queen Elizabeth announces Prince Edward and Sophie Rhys-Jones are to marry. Prince Edward and Sophie Rhys-Jones are about to marry. The Queen announced the engagement of Prince Edward to Sophie Rhys-Jones today. Prince 34, who runs his own television production company, and his fiancée 33, who is a public relations consultant, have been together for 5 years and indeed have been living for some time as a couple in the Prince's apartments at Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle. The wedding will be a low-key family occasion at St George's Chapel, Windsor. Unbelievable. The title fight ends in dispute. NATO escalates airstrikes on Kosovo and NATO escalates airstrikes on Kosovo and Serbia. So you're seeing here time and time again for it. Clinton acquitted here as well. February 12th, 1999. US President Bill Clinton has been acquitted of perjury and obstruction of justice. The United States Senate voted 55 to 45 against removing the president from office after he had lied to a federal grand jury about his relationship with White House trainee Monica Lewinsky. Oh, Hillary Clinton, you cuck. How does it feel? How does it feel, Hillary Clinton, to be a cuck? Oh, yeah. Unbelievable. So, I mean, still 45 people said that he was guilty there. And we know how fucked, it's all coming out now. So now with the evidence that we have to show how fucked the government is, right, over in the US, how fucked, what is it, the Senate is, and Congress and everything. We know how fucked it all is. But yet he was still close to being kicked out. Movement of Kosovo refugees reaches biblical scale. Refugees from Kosovo continued to flood out of their homeland yesterday as UN announced that Serbs were attempting to purge the entire Albanian population from the region. More than 500,000 ethnic Albanians, half-starved and terrified, have been forced out of Kosovo in the past 3 weeks, pouring into neighbourhood Macedonia, Montenegro and Albania. Pictures of uncovered mass graves in Kosovo suggest wholesale killings of ethnic Albanian men. A UN spokesman said it's completely out of control. Unbelievable. And these guys are us. These are Europeans. Just have a look at this photo. Is that going to focus in? Come on. Please focus. Come on. There we go. Look at them. People, right? Just people. Just people. But it's all been a fucking thing for a very long time. Refugees reach biblical scale. 1999. April 17th. It's a very, very... And it got escalated. The war's escalating here. May 1st, London's lively Soho district was rocked by a bomb last night in a vicious hate attack on a gay pub. 3 people died, including a pregnant woman, and 73 were injured in the blast. The bomb was the latest in a series of attacks on London's minority communities following similar bombings on Brixton and Brick Lane last month. Police investigations continue. A gay pub bombing. We was fucking tolerant long before this LGBT. That's the thing. We've become more and more tolerant and supportive, yeah? But we're being lied to. We're being lied to, you know? All of a sudden saying we're not doing enough. we've had gay bars for a long time. A long time. Royal wedding breaks from tradition. Prince Edward and Sophie Rhys-Jones were married at St. Blah, 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 blah. This afternoon marriage was a low-key event compared to those. Mated 200 million worldwide watched the wedding on television. The relaxed atmosphere of the ceremony was line. The royal families wish to present a modern image. The monarchy, the couple will be known as the Earl and Countess of Wessex. Nice one. Bloody Sunday soldiers win ruling. Paratroopers who killed 14 unarmed Catholics won a legal victory today in 1972. Soldiers opened fire on protesters. Here we go. It's happening right now. This is from 1999, June 17th. Paratroopers who killed 14 unarmed Catholics won a legal victory today in 1972. Soldiers opened fire on protesters in a civil rights protest in Londonderry. At the time, the Lord Chief Justice of England's report stated the soldiers who fired the shots behaved appropriately. An inquiry into the killings has been reopened, generating a dispute about whether the identity of 17 soldiers should be protected. The High Court has now ruled that they can remain anonymous. And that fucking piece of shit who released the people that fucking bombed our people, right? What's going on? I fundamentally don't get it. My phone's gonna die, so my camera's gonna turn off. Yeah, but it's okay because I'm speaking on the on that. Either way, when it turns off, it turns off. Time of peace missions, eclipse clouded out. Russia's new leader, Putin. There's Putin, Russia's new leader, 1999. It's all been set up. All been set up. Russian invasion. The Russian army rolled into the north of Caucasus, Republic of Chechnya today, a week after Russia launched airstrikes against the Chechen capital Grozny. A spate of recent bomb attacks in Russia killed 293 people, and Moscow blamed it on terrorists linked to Chechen rebels. The new Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin. See, why do they face so much problems from rebels? Right, it's because they're all funded. These small groups are funded. Right, they don't have problems with countries because countries don't fuck with them. Because it's a funded takedown. Irish Assembly starts. End of Lord Tears. Australia. Second earthquake. See, fucking Putin could just be a mole playing his part. Venezuela rains kill 20,000. See, Venezuela's always been fucking poor, man. It's always been a bit of a shit show. London welcomes the new millennium. Photos of the fireworks there. Unbelievable. Great. Nothing interesting. Respect our celebrations and traditions. To break from tradition, blah blah blah. Lots of photos of the millennia. We've got an index. But we have, you know, it all leading up to now in 2000. Now, what we know happened after that was quite simple, wasn't it, guys? It was it was you know, 9/11. It's 9/11. It was, you know, the war on drugs, all that stuff, all that good stuff. The wars in the Middle East roaring on, save for gas and oil. And it was a long spute of bullshit that went on for a very long time, and it's still going on now. But it's important to get perspective over everything. See, if you're looking into one thing, like the Lisbon Treaty, even if it's like a censored book like that, which obviously doesn't have the big things you've got to dig, but painting a picture is important. You've got to paint a picture of things that are going on. Let me just see if I can go and get my charger. made it. Somehow I made it. God, what I need now is a bottle opener. The long-standing point is this. You can't have a full understanding of what's going on now, or has gone on for as long as it has, without first taking into account, you know, everything else. Because so many things have happened, right, over the last, you know, 100 years even. So many things have happened over the last just 100 years that point towards what's fundamentally going on right now. And what do I drink first? Alcoholic dandelion and burdock. Whew, God. Oh, that way. Sorry, I got mixed up with the camera. Hooper's alcoholic dandelion and burdock. Never had this before. I don't know what it's going to be like. I like the caps. I try and keep them slightly intact. It's an interesting one. 1817 it says. Oh God, it's not focusing in. Oh, come on, focus in. You know you wanna. It's so crap. Come on, just focus, you bitch. Well, you can see it a bit there. There we go. Esto 1817. There's the cap. I don't know. You guys might find that interesting. I do. Magical. That is dandelion and burdock, except alcoholic. Magical. I want to get that music playing again. Fucking let's go. Brilliant. I don't know what's happening with my microphone. Has it gone funny or something? Maybe. Odd. I don't know. It seems like my microphone might be being a bit fucked for some reason. Properties. Let me just see, make sure. Sorry guys. Fuck knows, it's just I've got a little bar coming up saying that, you know, Jesus Christ. Anyways, it's the full proportion. I'm staying on for a bit. I'm going to be staying on until I finish these drinks. Might watch a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Follow what's going on. Dig a bit more deeper into Brexit and what I think they're going to do. Well, I muted the shit. I'm not getting any sound on the stream. Oh, is it me? That's so strange. Is that me? I don't even know if there's any sound coming through on the stream here. I hope there is. Is there any sound? That's odd. Because here on the stream I'm getting that there's sound. I don't know. Is there any sound? Are you getting sound, guys? That's fucking strange. Give me a second. I went to go and check the audio. Holy shit, what, has it been muted for some reason maybe? Does this still work? Fuck off. Fable. Switch accounts. Can you guys hear me okay? I don't know if you can. Not getting any sound on the... That's a great track. It's a really good track by Keith. Let's get rid of all of that. I'm not getting any audio through. Any audio at all. Is that normal? Properties. Yeah. But then what would be happening with the audio? Why would there be no audio? You alright? You going to bed? You alright? You going to bed?
Testing 1 2. Hello. There's no audio coming through on the stream. Did they cut the stream audio? So far stream. Did they cut the stream audio? So far stream. Did they cut the stream audio? So far stream. Did they cut the stream audio? So far stream. Did they cut the stream audio? That's really off. Did they cut the stream audio? That's really off. That's really off. That's really off. You know what? Joe. You know what's going on? Joe. You know what? Joe. And it's Scott. You know what? Joe. And it's Scott. You know what? Joe. And it's Scott. And it's Scott.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me? See the audio jumping there, but then there's no audio on the fucking thing. The fuck is that about? Let's get it up on my my phone. Is there any stream audio? The fuck is going on? Testing 1, 2. I've got audio coming up on my mic, AUX, but I've got no audio when it comes to the fuck? The fuck is going on? This is weird. This is really, really, really weird. I'm gonna continue to stream anyway because that shouldn't be happening. But anyway, fucking Jesus, that was strange. Hopefully the audio will be fine for the music and you guys can hear me okay. That was odd. That was really odd. That kind of shit shouldn't happen to one. Testing 1, 2. Yeah, that'll be fine. Fuck me though, that's stressful. That was really fucking stressful. Stream problems, eh? Stream problems. Fuck me, I should have bought some ciggies. Unbelievable. So yeah, the prolonged problem is this. People are so narrowed down now, and a lot of people are joining the movement. They're focusing on the individualistic issues, things that's happening, things that are going on in terms of the Lisbon Treaty, the EU, Diana, like we just talked about. But the picture is so big, it's so hard to comprehend how long this has been going on for. This plan's been going on for a very long time now. And I hope that people are waking up enough to do something about it. I'm hoping. But, you can never be sure. You can never be certain. And, it's just one of those things. Unbelievable. Right, I'm gonna see what other video Sue sent me, the longer one. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, let's go.
whole enterprise is crazy, and it's an absolute scam which is going to cost you a great deal.
It's rather like paying monkeys, because what happens is the civil servants draw up the list, and if it's vote number 58 and the piece of paper says vote yes, you vote yes, and if it's number 59 and it says vote no, you vote no. It is an absolute farce. It is a complete sham masquerading as democracy.
You should not be mistaken. It's very, very strong forces.
How's it going, man?
Working towards this.
Yes, Dad, you're welcome.
Thank you, son. Can you hear me okay, Dan?
Can you hear me okay, mate?
This is the village of
I can hear
Goudhurst.
you, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
It's been
What's happened
said
to
that
your
if
audio?
Kent
Has
is
it
the
gone
Garden of
fine,
England,
or-
then Goudhurst
It was
is
going mad. It worked itself out, but it was just up and down when I was listening to the feedback loop on the
But is all
YouTube.
that
It was just,
about to become
it was
a thing of
just,
the
it was
past?
dropping out. My mic wasn't
In
working, and then my
1996,
desktop wasn't
chairman of the
working.
British Referendum
It was just
Party, Sir
being
James
weird
Goldsmith,
after I finished talking about like
circulated
Diana
copies
and
of
all
a
that
short
shit.
film documentary
Even your
to
mic
millions.
at the moment sound a bit.
Do I sound okay now at all?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Yeah, really odd things, mate. Just weird things. It had me messing about with all my audio, trying to make sure it was okay. And I tried playing it back on the PC, on the stream on the PC. It wasn't working. Then I switched over to switched accounts and viewed it through the Freeman account on that YouTube, and still wasn't working. Got it up on my phone, it wasn't working. Refreshed the page, refreshed my drivers, and then it came through again. So I was like, okay. It was really odd anyway.
We on the stream still, or we're not off?
Yeah, I'm streaming now, mate. I'm on stream.
Oh, still vocal.
I'll be having a drink and all that.
Yes, get in. I think I might join you and I won't have a drink. I'll have a cup of tea. That'll do, won't it? Nice cup of tea.
It will not.
You can make that tea, Dad.
Huh?
You can make that tea.
Oh, of course I'm making that tea, blood.
You can make me make that tea, no. Dad, I got 3%. What do you mean? I'm going to go to my music card. I'm actually walking straight away.
Hang on, make sure he goes to the toilet. Clean it up as well.
Bro.
Thank you.
Man.
I'll watch that documentary soon. I'll save that for later, actually. Seems good.
Mm.
Got some background music as well, which isn't copyright.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm into my drum and bass, man.
This is drum and bass. This what's on now. Yeah. Well, it's light drum and bass, but yeah, it's drum and bass.
I wonder if my I could play you something quickly, a word exclusive, couldn't I? Of a track me and someone's been working on.
If you wanted to do that, yeah, as long as it's not copyright.
No, 'cause I made it.
No, I'm
I
boycott.
have to put it up to a speaker though, so I don't have to hear it properly.
Send it me.
So we see if I can load it up.
Send it me, mate.
Freezing, man, it's a nightmare.
Should play one of my tracks. I'll play one of my tracks now. This is this is my SoundCloud actually. People can see my screen. They can't see us cams. I've got where is it? Got a spooky bass. This one's streaming at 45. I'm gonna play it now.
That'd be a good idea. What do you make your tunes on then?
FL Studio.
FL Studio. I use Reason and I use the Rewired to Cubase. And then, oh right, this other one.
What do you think to it? I made this 5 years ago. Basically, this track that I released is the first one that I put on SoundCloud. I had a lot of full tracks that I made, but this one wasn't really concentrated on making like a big, like a piece, if you get what I mean. It was more concentrated on making like shit. How would I do that? If I do that and then I do that, there we go. It's because I can hear myself, that's all. It's hard for me to talk. What, sorry?
I've got a monitor speaker on so I can hear the sound.
Right.
Yeah, just 2 minutes. Alright, 2 minutes, okay. Bloody children.
Yeah, well that track that I made was basically, it wasn't like concentrated on being a complete track, it was more of, shit, exactly, and let me just mute that for a sec. I can't hear you just for a second while I say this. That track was more about showing different types of fucking, you know what I mean? I put together different, you know, backbones of music. It wasn't really meant to be like one full whole track, if you get what I mean. I just put it on a spooky bass. It's just a bass track, do you know what I mean? It was just, you know what I mean? Like melodies and different patterns in using the bass and hat and everything. That's all it was. I did make a few other tracks, but I never really went hard on it or anything. Oh, I can hear you now.
You can hear me? Yeah, I've just... right, what I've done is I've just closed the stream, I think. Hang on. Right, I closed that. A second, yeah.
I could do this, mate, and you should be able to hear the track. Yeah, tell me if you can hear this track. You hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it, yeah.
So now you can hear like, and also if I pull Skype up and I go to this, like this. Now, if you close off my camera, can you see my desktop screen?
Hang on a second. I've just shut off my thing.
I mean, on Skype, on your phone, you should be able to see my
Yeah,
screen.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it,
Yeah, so if we're watching videos in future, I'll be able to watch it with you this way, so you can still watch the video and hear the audio, because I can play it through Skype.
That's better.
So that'd be good. Yeah, if you send me an MP3, I'll play it on stream or whatever.
Yeah, it's not finished. This is just a work in progress, man.
Oh, I see.
No, no. What the hell's going on with my computer, man, honestly. Sometimes I could fucking throw it in the bin.
Who's been waiting for you? Don't you now?
Hang on a second. I'm just gonna mute you and play the scene so then you won't hear me. I'll see if it's the right track. Hang on a second.
Alright. And I made Mortal Bass, so I'm going to play this one now. I'm going to mute you actually anyway, so I can't hear you, just so the sound don't come through to the stream. Alright, so I'm going to play Mortal. It'll come out your phone now. Alright, so here it is. And I made this last year. This is a track I made last year.
Round one.
Yeah. So pausing track for us for a second. It's only 2 minutes 22 long anyway. I made this, like I say, this is my most recent track that I made and released. This was, like I say, this was just last year. Does it tell me the exact date? Probably somewhere. It just says 1 year though.
Round two. Round two. Round two. Round two. Round two. Round two. Round three. Round three. Round three. Round three. Round four.
And that was fucking I called it Mortal Bass. I like making bass tracks, you know what I mean? I'm not too jumpy. But I set that track up. The idea for that track, I stopped, you know, because of life or whatever. But that track took about a week to make. You know, like, you know, tuning it up or whatever. But I set that track up to make another track Because people are always saying to me, like, about my music, they say, I'm waiting for the drop, I'm always waiting for the drop with your tracks, like, when's it going to drop? It's always, like, one big lead up, the track or whatever, but that's just how I always make them. That's just, like, my style of how I naturally make it. So I made that track as, like, a pre-cut. I still wanted to keep my style, so I made that as, like, a round 1, 2, 3, then 4. It cuts off. And then what I was going to do is I was going to make a track called Final Round that was just going to be, like, a hard bass fucking, you know, like, it was going to be like a drop track, basically. But I never got around to making it. I should probably make it. You're muted, by the way, mate. I've not muted you, but you're muted.
I'm going to put my headphones on. Hang on a second. I'll try to drop it into your thing, but into your track, but it's too big a file. It's 25 megabytes, so it won't do it. So you might be able to hear it. This is what I'm working on at the moment, and you'll if you can hear the lyrics, okay, it's quite relevant actually. Tell me if you can hear it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I can hear it. It's good. Should get that. You should get it. I think it's spoiling the vibe, though, mate. Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me. Chris, can you not hear me? Hello? Christopher. That's fucking sick, but I think we should get it on MP3. Yeah, it's good, but you should send the MP3 over because it's like a bit tainted, you know, coming through 2 different, you know, audio sources or whatever. It's good, very good.
Yeah, I think I'm back. I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it taints it a bit with coming through all the audio, but it is definitely a good track.
Yeah, man, it's got New World Order, so we start with old Bush's sample, and then we just sort of like jump it up a bit, man.
Got a teaser track here I'm gonna play. This was when I was this is 4 years ago. This is when I was like coming back again. I had loads of tracks that were just unfinished.
Check this out.
How do you make your kicks?
What do you mean?
How do you make your kick?
I use FL. I just literally go from scratch. I just generate it. I generate it. I can't.
So how I make a kick is I have like 3 different layers to one kick.
Right.
Okay, so if you listen to if you hit a pillow, okay, there's sort of like 3 noises to it. So you got like the initial, and there's it's really hard to explain.
I completely get what you mean. I know exactly what you're talking
about. What we do is we layer them, we compress them, and then we might like take part of the layer out and put a bit of a squelch on it, and you just add it. But then also you've got to look at your frequencies as well. So your kick and your snare's got to be quite close in frequency in drum and bass, and there's all sorts of things. But I'll talk to you offline about it. It's well interesting. But so we do that, and then we start off with like literally a beat. on a synthesizer, and then twist it up, and then send it somewhere, bounce it back, affect it, layer it. You know what I mean? It's technical shit, man.
It is, yeah. You can go really deep with music. I tend to generate all my shit just from scratch. I start with just a and I fuck and play with it until it's fucking not That's what I do, man.
Start with a bee.
Yeah.
You go bee, wow, 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 and then you can sort of like take that. So if you've got a wow, 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 I can sort of like cut the wave.
Yeah.
Wop, 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 bring up me wop. You know what I mean? It's clever, man. So you can make a noise, and then in Reason 10 now you can take that noise, look at it at a wave, and then cut the element of the noise you want out, or
Yeah, I'm just gonna play I'm gonna play the rest of this track. It's a really short one. It's 140. It's really short. It's the last one on my thing. Slow tone shit, man. It's mainly electro, bass, and that stuff is what I like. And EDM, I love EDM. You know, some amazing EDM tracks. But I really should make that final round track.
So I got into acid house, 88, 89. So it went sort of like hardcore, and then it sort of went to jungle. I love me jungle, man. Oh my gosh, I love the jungle.
Yeah.
And then moved from there to sort of drum and bass, and then in 2000, sort of like, I don't know, 99, 2000, drum and bass sort of took a bit of a knockback. Sort of like garage became more sort of predominant.
This is one of my friends. One of my friends has made this track here. This is Keith who was commenting. This is Keith who was commenting yesterday. Forgot about my beer. What you say, mate?
I like guitar riff. That's nice.
Yeah,
sort of high contrast.
He's got so much. He's got so much kit. Keith, man. He's got the setup for making music. Do you know what I mean? He just bought something recently. I'm not too sure what it is. I mean, it's for samples and stuff. He's talking about wanting to make it full time because it's what he loves doing, like making music. He said,
it really is hard.
He said, just bought that monster the other day. Akai MPC Renaissance hardware sampler music studio workstation. It looks fucking cool as fuck. It looks.
Akai, is it S3000?
I don't know. Akai MPC Renaissance hardware. He's got a rate station like. Oh, I've got a photo up on screen now. Check that out. That's his setup.
Get in.
Yeah, it's a right little setup in it. Got his guitar on left there. He's got his sample, mate. I should go round to Keith. He's moved like away from locally. I should go round and like chat with him. Like he's a top geezer, man. He's into his NWO and all that before it were cool. You know, lizards and fucking UFOs and everything. You know, he gets so deep into it. I don't know how he's lost his fucking nog, mate. But it's because he works. He works and you know, kids and all that, and so he fucking keeps on top of it all. But yeah, he's fucking well into it all.
I'll tell you somebody to look up on SoundCloud. Really, really, really good friend of mine. He's called DJ Spooks.
Whoa, I nearly spilt my fucking beer everywhere. That nearly went like horribly wrong.
SP00KZ.
Just give me a second. I nearly spilt my beer everywhere. I've just dropped a bit of it.
Oh shit. I spilled it over your computer. I've done that with a laptop. That was a nightmare. So I fixed it. I'm sure it was the Akai S3000, wasn't it? Fucking hell.
Keep that fucking rag, Andy. Jesus fucking H Christ. If I'm spilling it like that this early on, fuck me when I'm 3 bottles in.
Yeah, that's it. It was the Akai S3000, mate. Oh my gosh, that's what we used to make. Those shoes were made on years ago for sampling.
What's your mate's name? Sorry, go on.
It's DJ Spooks.
DJ on SoundCloud.
On SoundCloud, yeah. SPKOOZ.
Wait, is full all one word? What am I searching here?
It's 2 words, DJ.
Yeah.
DJ.
Yeah.
And then space SPKOOZ.
Yeah.
That's him. You find him.
Sorry, we didn't find anything, people.
Ah, it should be on there.
SPKOOZ, Spookooz.
Yeah, Spooks. SPKOOZ. You got to look yourself.
Is
I
it?
can always show me his new tracks on.
Is it here? Is this it? DJ Spooks.
Let's have a look. It should be some sort of like, I can't see the picture properly.
Bring back the beat.
Keep going down.
No, is this it? No, I'm on someone's profile here. Is this it?
Don't know, you should have like a ghost on it. Let me go to SoundCloud. I'm gonna put
A ghost? Ah, the ghost. Yeah, I see this. Yeah, DJ Spooks, the ghost.
Yeah. So this guy here, I met him when he was like 15, and I was walking down the road. And he went, "Oh, you're cool, man." He's done for Jaguar skills and everything, man. He's got really good, and he started this bassline scene basically.
Yo, what about this? I'm on the film.
You are now listening to DJ Speaks, the one and only.
Kitty them crazy, you know. I didn't wait there on traps. Attack and I splash. Crime got ching up, boy, get catch. Beating and up, what them man sang. They ain't on shit, yeah, they ain't on gang. Trap and bang. Can you fall in the trap?
It's fucking sick, mate. But it's a track that he's posted. GJ Spooks, Osso Trappy Mix Part 2, Heady 1, Harlem Spartans, 1011 410 OFB 97 and more.
He runs a label as well, so if you look down, you'll see some of his own tracks.
I want to fucking hear this track though. It sounds really fucking hard, man.
It's Moscow B, where the Russians be. I'll pull up bang any ski, she on me.
That's fucking hard, mate. I love that track. Trap though. I just saw the trap and I was like, I'm into trap myself. Oh, we've got a trap track here that just says DJ Spooks Back to School Trap Drill Mix. I'm gonna play this one. This is just like his name in it. That's it.
Right now you're locked into DJ Spooks, the one known.
Winners, certified chingers. Back look, get yourself mocked up, and I still put blade in niggas. Look, ADs comes up, hoes in tops, we're taking the piss and we fuck your thoughts. Your block is a cut, you secure your block. Breed up, miss I don't my back 3 bills and the sink, get the young, get the king, break it down and bring small pair, I'm about this coming in bits. Talk about right, you ain't like that. Talk that whip talk, but you ain't like that. Teddy got pics of the am, I like that. Talk that whip talk, but you ain't like that. Winners, certified chingers. Back block, get yourself mocked up, and I still put blade in niggas. Realist, AD trap my slang and miss it. Ayy, jump out shit and finish. Beefing bare punk neats and fibbers. Fuck it, go on then bring it. That see bare bums and knickers.
It's raw, mate, because it's so underground. I just love it. It's just fucking so raw. It's brilliant.
Yeah, but it's one he's done what? He's done a few remixes and stuff, man. Look down, he's good.
Well, there's only like, what, 8 tracks.
I just have some more there.
No, he's got 8 tracks. I can see on his actual profile it says 8 tracks. 8. He's got 8 tracks.
That is him. It is the ghost on it, isn't it?
Yeah, Ghost, DJ Spooks. The one and only. London, Britain. Specialist in bashment, UK drill and urban. Follow me on Instagram.
No, it's not him, man. He does bassline.
This guy does. This guy looks like this guy looks like he does trap on rap and all that.
No, he does bassline.
Does that sound more like it?
No, definitely not. That's not him.
This can't be him then. It's the only one with a ghost on it, and the ghost is pretty unique, to be honest.
Try D-E-E-J-A-Y.
D.
He should be there. Where's his sound? Hang on a minute. Let me fucking just get his. I'll text you.
Got United States here. That's got to be him, mate. I mean, a ghost in his tag. That's got to be him. That London, Britain, so specific. 8 tracks. DJ Spooks live in the mix. Hashtag live in the mix. US hip hop versus UK drill.
No, he doesn't do that. I know that.
This is fucking well. Listen to this track here, though. That sounds pretty fire, though. Even though if that's not him.
Yeah, it's good.
R&B UK drill. Well, whoever this guy is, right? This track here. No, not that one. Which one is it? This one up here. Where is it? Trap. This one here is fire. This is amazing. Oh my god, I love that shit. That's so good. Whoever this guy is that I've happened to stumble across is fucking decent anyway.
I just can't bloody find. I can't because I can't see the screen properly on my phone. My eyes are bad, aren't they?
There's only like 4 people that come up, 4 or 5 people, and this is the only one like DJ Spooks with a ghost in the picture and everything.
It's really weird. Let me get him on my face.
It's like it's more than 8 tracks, but I mean like it's 8 tracks that he's uploaded, like separate uploads, but each track is like, we've got one here that's like 56 minutes long, so there's loads of music in the track. It's like multiple tracks all in one kind of thing.
Right, hang on. Do you remember I had a friend round, we was getting quite deep, do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him. I'm just trying to... SoundCloud. Go soundcloud.com/DJ Spooks, all one word.
Sorry, what is it?
So it's www.soundcloud.com/DJ Spooks, all one word, lowercase.
With a Z?
Yes, with a Z.
It's got 22 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
His name's just Spooks on here.
That's it. Right, okay.
Go to his tracks. Worm Salute.
Like I said, he is a pioneer of this music. Gets on.
I don't really like that one track, but I'm going to give him obviously more than enough chance. Let's have a look next one. See, I listen to different music differently, right? I don't know if you do, right? I listen to different music differently. Like when it comes to rap, you've got to like sink into it. When it comes to trap, you've got to sink into it. When it comes to drum and bass, you've got to sink into it. But things like electro and EDM or whatever, I usually skip like 3 or 4 times through the track to get a feel for it before I go into it, because obviously it's quite repetitive in nature. In nature, it is a like repetitive genre. Do you know what I mean?
Do you remember the tune "I Don't Smoke the Reefer"?
I don't smoke the reefer. No.
I don't smoke the reefer. Garage tune. Do do do. Do, do, do. No, I'm not interested. But there's a big tune back in the day.
DJ Decline.
Decline, that's it.
Maybe this one here. Is it copyrighted? Let me just check. No, it's not.
The snares.
You smoke?
No,
You smoke? No, I don't. You smoke? No, I don't. Me neither.
There's any old garage people out there who like garage, remember this tune.
I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke cigars. I don't smoke a pipe. I don't smoke a reefer.
It's good shit, man.
I don't smoke a reefer.
Do you want
Yeah, that's the original. That's not him. That's the original, but he's done a remix of it with Decline.
my all-time,
Should be.
my all-time favourite, man. Excision.
All-time favourite tune.
Wait. No, it's a massive one though. It's a massive one. Let me just Excision. 2012, is it 2012? Shambahala, oh my god, what a beast, Shambahala, mate. It's a 1 hour 32 mix, mate. It's a 1 hour, I'm not going to play it now, like, obviously. It's a 1 hour 32 mix. Is it copyrighted? Oh, it is, it's massively copyrighted. But basically, this guy's mastered all these tracks and he puts them into a massive playlist, right? And he would do like a year-wide thing, and the 2012 one's just amazing. It's like dubstep, basically, but before dubstep became shit. Do you know when it was first... You get it with a lot of genres that pop up, like trap, R&B, whatever. They get after a while, right? They kind of embody just a load of shit, and then you end up with nostalgia. Like, you know, when the original tracks would like be the master of one thing or another thing, you know, but all in the same genre. You'd have a track that'd be like, those fucking snares are amazing, or that bass is amazing. You know, you have like the king of the bass drum and bass tracks, and you have the king of like the snare drum. Do you get what I mean? Or the king of the lyrics kind of thing. I mean, when you're in a certain genre, if you really love it, it's hard to narrow down that kind of opinion about music. I don't really have a favourite track or whatever, but this is one of my favourite fucking like sets of music, and Excision would put one of these together every year, and 2012 was around the come up for drum and bass. There's a lot of new tracks, a lot of new ideas in terms of drum and bass. People was being confident and cocky with different types of, you know, ways of putting it together. I can't play it on the stream, which is gutting. I mean, well, what I can do though is I'll mute the stream, I'll mute desktop audio, and I'll play it to you, mate. Listen to this. See, it's not going through on the stream now, so I won't get copyrighted. Just for this intro, you get a feel for the guy and what kind of guy he is as well, which is good. Because he adds his own little intro on every track. In fact, this, you know, this song here, that's at the start of this 2012 one, I used this for that video. Can you remember that video that I made, Raise Your Fists? This is that was the first song on Shambahala. If you go to, I could just click anywhere on this mix, right? 33 minutes in. You know, that's one thing I loved about drum and bass. It would take some really old school tracks, right, and just fucking electrify them.
So the thing about what we was talking about, genres and things. What happens is you'll get like say drum and bass. Okay, so drum and bass. Within drum and bass, you have different genres. So you got jump up,
Yeah.
Got, you know what I mean? And that's it's all, to me, it's all drum and bass, man. That's what I think. But as I say, I like my jungle, man. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. Got my jungle bunny, mate. Boom, having it.
Oh, the layers on those drums, they make my head fucking spin.
Like Cove, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's just fucking mad, mate. Honestly, I can't really listen to it now because, you know, you got to be in that era. But in a dance hall, mate, that kind of shit is like, it's up there. I see it as like kind of the modern like, you know,
Do you go raving or you stop?
I've stopped.
I go to festivals. Okay, so I go to like old school festivals like Epidemic. Well, not Epidemic. I can't remember the name of that one. I went to last few years ago, but generally I try and go to festivals. There's a good one up at Cheltenham, Clockwork Orange in Chelmsford. That's coming up soon. That was a good old rave. But yeah, I think we're going to go to a couple of festivals. Let's link up, come along, mate.
Yeah, it depends where, mate, because, you know, we've got to be middle ground for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We'll see what's going on.
I mean, if it's fucking shit hot, do you know what I mean? I've got that free time coming up. I mean, my missus has been blagging me and saying, you know, I need to get out before the baby's born, do you know what I mean? Like me more than and go and do some shit, do you know what I mean? Before he little fucker gets here and starts screaming the house down. So I'm well up for doing stuff, do you know what I mean? I've got the disposable funds and money to fucking fuck off and do anything. It's just, yeah, it's got to be worth that time that I spend doing it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later anyway, because I've got some... Okay, yeah, don't worry about that. Go to some festivals, man. Definitely. But we're talking private anyway. You know what I mean?
This guy, anyway, this first track let me down. I'm going to go and look at some of his others.
Okay, it's different. He plays mainly... He plays a lot of Eastern Europe.
Yeah, it's very jumpy. It's very jumpy.
But it's Marcus Nasty, you know. Do you know Marcus Nasty? I think it's Marcus Nasty. I can't bloody.
Yeah, Marcus Nasty
Fucking
show.
hell, my brain's really good. Yeah, he plays a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, it's jumpy. It's jumpy. It's not something I'd be like easy. It's not something easy listening. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's good. That's a lot better already, you know, some female vocals in that. That's just with offbeats hustling. This I like this already.
Where's my fucking charger gone now?
So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this track. I'm gonna play this track because I know this is a good track.
Oh man, do you know what? I was listening, right? It was 6 o'clock this morning. Okay, I got into rut, right? Because this was just coming to bed. It was really funny. At 6 o'clock this morning, I was watching the news, and they was talking about, you know, that in northern Africa, I can't remember what country it was, but loads of mass genocide that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're having a march on it, right? And I was going to do an impression of Jon Snow, and I can't believe it. I've never seen so many black people in one place at one time. Do you know what I mean? I thought I was gonna then post it on the thingy, but I thought, fuck it, it's too early, man.
Nah, you do right though, because it's worth bringing up because fuck me, he's a fucking idiot for saying that.
I can't believe
it goes to show the true face of the people that are fucking in charge of these companies, these media corporations, from root to flower. Like the entire fucking thing is just a big tree of shit. Needs fucking cutting down and uprooting and poisoning and bleaching and burning and shooting up. A lot of it. It's just all needs... We don't need no reform. We don't need no inspections or nothing like that. They just need taking down because the people that own them is the problem. You know, they only own and run these companies and set them up in the first place as propagandist machines. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more. It's propaganda.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, all of that, it boils down to one new thing, and it's Illuminati, and it's New World Order, and this is what it's all. This is it, isn't it? Europe, everything. This is it. This is what they planned. Everything going on right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
It's nuts.
Rich tea biscuit. It is, isn't it? It is, man. Completely madness. You want I'll tell you a good thing to sign up to for music. You ready for this?
Go on.
I'll text it to you. All right.
What is it?
But this is what you need. This is what you need to sign up, and it's basically for samples and stuff.
Oh, I don't use. I don't use samples, mate. Ever.
But trust me. It's just you're right. You kick. You have to use a sample for a kick. You can't. Okay. So
I don't. I've never used samples. I just.
So how do you make your kicks then?
From scratch. From scratch with a fucking. Well, there's all sorts on Fruit Loops. All different types of synthesizers. All different types of sound generators. You know.
Yeah, I know that. But I mean, I don't. I use it. What you use a synthesizer with a quick note? How do you make?
Right. So right. I'm self-taught, mate. The best thing I can do is.
The
best thing I can do is download FL, and I'm going to do it now. Let's have a look. Because I need to get it back. I need to do that final round. I'm talking about music. Bring it back. Oh, fuck you with your adverts, you cunt. FL Studio. Because it's not something that can be explained by me, at least. I've got my I understand right, a sound and a frequency by looking at the graphs within the tools that I use, right? From using them over the periods of days, weeks, months, years of using the same tools, right? And I know what knobs do what and what direction it drives the sound in, if you know what I mean. So I can take a fucking, like I said, and I can turn that into fucking just about anything, by pushing it more. I can get the shape. I can get a basic shape of what I want and what pattern I want it to move in. It's like you said with the layers. When you hit a pillow, I very much do understand that, and you can tweak in each individual layer to create an end result and a sound. FL Studio Producer Edition 20. No, we'll just use fucking FL Studio 12. And it's only fucking 23.95 megabyte. That's fucking small. That's bollocks, surely. Interesting. Truman Show. Keys. And setup. Fuck off with your shit, you knob. Files.
And I use, for my synth sounds, I use Maelstrom as a subtractor.
That doesn't seem to make much sense.
I use a thing called Thor as well.
That does not seem to make much sense to me. Track files here. How would a setup be that small? Come on. Is it going to download it from a server once it's out?
So I got.
It's got no fucking. No, this has got to be bullshit. This has got me some immense bullshit right here. Initializing, no fucking icon, no nothing. Set up for what? A virus? Fuck me, come on. It's a good job I've got fucking antivirus on my computer running, have I? Yeah, I have. So fuck 'em. Producer edition. Leeches, how many leeches is the downloading? Oh, a load of shit. What is all that shit? $23 megabyte. Producer edition. 12,600 plus. That's more like it. Yeah, my download is just a monster, do you know what I mean? I've got my phone running, I've got stream going, I've got you on the PC as well, also streaming back to front from my phone and everything.
This is. How do I change the camera around on this?
Ah, I'm getting fucking 4.2 megabyte down, that's 4.6.
Right, can you see that?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Right, so that's my sequencing page.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so obviously you pencil in your sequencing, and then these are the racks. So these are the individual units, so EQs, compressors, like a matrix, and that's how I make my tracks. So it kind of ends up like that.
I'll be able to show you in a minute anyway. This fucking, all this music software is downloading in like light speed somehow. I thought it'd be a bit slower. I'm at 43, 45, nearly halfway there on a fucking 1 gig file. Unbelievable. My internet's just like a monster. I mean, I pay for it through here and nose. I'm at a 5 megabyte. Well, you hit 5 megabyte then 4 megabyte, 4.3, 4.2, 4.4. Unbelievable. And I'm streaming as well. The fuck, man. Got a crack. Can you not hear me?
It's back now, but it went off for a split second.
Ah. 3.3. Let me check my Streamlabs. Is that losing anything? No. My Streamlabs is still running. No drops, frames, nothing. The stream's fine. Fuck me. Jeez. I thought I'd be getting like jittery, you know, on the internet after we're downloading this, because uTorrent, it just sucks you dry, but not this time somehow. I don't fucking get it. Go on, hit 5 megabyte. Go on, hit 5 megabyte. I'll fucking down my drink. 89%. 90. Fuck me. That's just savage. And I love it. Okay. Let's open folder. It's been pretty much done by the time it opens that folder. Right, FL Studio. 100%. Just like that. Fuck me.
Just like that.
I've got fucking music software instantly. See, I use FL. I've just always used FL because of its simplicity. Not in terms of how you use it, but its simplicity in how you can integrate FL and shape FL how you want to use it, right? So it's very simple in terms you have your... I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you what I mean. I don't have no fucking track files or anything because that's all on an old PC. I haven't made a track like I showed you since last year, and but it'll have the built-in tools. A few of them that I use to show you, like Harmless. There's one called Harmless. Harmless is a good one, or Harmonious. I can't remember the name of it. It's a good one anyway. I'll end the stream if you're still up for talking, mate.
Yeah, I'm not for much longer. It's going to have to sec, man.
Alright.
But, yeah, you can end the stream. It's alright. It's up to you, man.
I'll catch you later, guys, because it's just going down a rabbit hole anyway, and I'll be getting off soon anyway, and probably watching something, messing about on this music software. You've peeked into a conversation of the later days anyway. I'm going to carry on having a drink. Thank you to everyone who tuned in, if anybody. Yeah. I know Susan and the usuals tuned in and pop in and pop out or whatever. It's been good. It's been very good. It'll be better tomorrow. I fucking left it late. I didn't get on till like 8:30, but I stayed on a hell of a lot longer than the fucking usual. Anything is download, damage needed. Okay. So I'll catch you later, guys. The truth is out there.
Yep. See you later.